survivors at the remote crash site. The plane went down in a rugged, forested area.
Thailand and Cambodia engaged in deadly border clashes, resulting in 12 deaths. Both nations accused each other of initiating the gunfire.
The conflict left 11 civilians and 1 Thai soldier dead, with hospitals reporting damage from artillery fire. Tensions have escalated over disputed border territories.
India and the United Kingdom signed a free trade agreement at Chequers. The deal aims to boost economic ties between the two nations. Joseph Eckerson with the latest.
Prime Ministers Narendra Modi and Keir Starmer oversaw the signing by their trade ministers. The agreement covers goods, services, and technology sectors.
The Justice Department interviewed Ghislaine Maxwell on Thursday regarding her ties to Jeffrey Epstein. The interview focuses on new details in the ongoing investigation.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host or guest and should not be interpreted as statement of fact. I don't know what the fuck is going on here now. I'm not hearing. I gotta reload this. The son of a bitchin' bastard motherfucker.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
Yeah.
Wake up.
Not hearing any of that.
My dog is your mind's best friend.
Wake up, America. You've got a dog that needs walking. That's right, sunshine. Just put on a big pot of strong coffee and get ready to type your little hate mail with your opinions about kumbaya and flat earth insanity. Stand-up comedy? You want stand-up comedy? Well, we've got sit-down comedy. It's time for Coffee with the Dog. You make me laugh.
Oh, yeah. I'm not making anybody laugh. Are you sick of it? Are you just sick of it? Are you just sick of it? Let's see if that turns off by itself. It probably won't. There's nothing else works around here. Why should that? It did. Good morning, folks. It's Friday. It kind of made it through a week, almost, sort of. Friday, July 25th, 2025. I don't really have a lot to talk about this morning. The world is still as shitty as it was yesterday. Am I not supposed to say shit within the first 60 seconds of the program or something? Anyway, we have no guest for you. And Ron Kane won't be here. He's got some family issues that he's dealing with. So it's just going to be me and GD just babbling at each other hopelessly and pointlessly, as if that makes this any different than any other day. Yeah, that's all. That's what we got for you. Stephen is in a bank, basically going through withdrawals because there are no little kids in the bank. And Dave Landau doesn't stop in that often enough to steal jokes from him. So he's learning the art of embezzlement, though. So far, I think Stephen reported he got like $500,000 out of there in a brown paper bag. I think they'll end up looking for that money, though, under his mattress or wherever. So you have that. Oh, look, and people are already starting to try and sell us something, bots, promotion. Don't you guys ever learn? Don't you guys have a life of any kind? Apparently not. Say, sure, I will buy. I'll tell you this: you get me 10 million followers, and you can keep all the money that you make that comes in from those 10 million followers. Fair enough? Okay. And I'll sign that contract with you when you come here in person from wherever you live in the Kick universe. People on Kick. I think Kick doesn't have any real viewers or any real people they're all bots, or all if they're not bots, they're people who refuse to get a job, a real job, any kind of real job, even like I should say, doorman at a comedy club or something like that. They just don't refuse. It doesn't appear that the videos are working for here. It works over there, but not here. It's weird because I was just seeing me, and I don't like to see me. But I'm going to play a commercial, and then we'll say hello to GD, and then we'll have a Babble Fest. We'll see who can babble more about babbling about babblations and babbletations of Babble. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Go figure, it worked.
Even to sit down, really wants to get down. TV likes to get it on with the girl that's made of silicone. He goes to Tantalene, click no link. He goes to Tantalene, soft and pink. She comes without a head, but at least she'll never shit the bed. You need a fake rubber squeeze, be like Stephen Ortiz. Move it up, it's so soft. Get your 10% off. He goes to Tantalene. He goes to Tantalene. He goes to Tantalene. He goes to Tantalene.
Yeah. I like the black screen at the end of this. Too long. I don't know if you know this about Tantalene, but in the corner they have the names of the girls that those things are modeled after. And where's GD? He's not even in there. And like everything's just screwing up here. Ladies and gentlemen, in the room with me now are Tantalene's favorite porn star model for their sex dolls without a head, Miss GD Fenderson.
Good morning, America. MindDogTV.com. Are you doing time or suspected of pedophilia? You may qualify for Trump's PPP program. The Trump Pardoning Pedophile Program pardons pedophiles that are on Trump's list. It's a kinder, gentiler version of the Epstein's list.
Oh, that's really
Of Epstein's list.
That's not
Sign up for Trump's PPP program today for just $500,000. Go to minddogtv.com/PPP and enter the code PPP for 5 years off of your sentence.
Oh, 5 years. That's not going to do it, dude. You got to give me a full pardon. That's what you got to get.
Well, that's once you pay the $500,000.
Right.
If you don't pay the $500,000, you can just get 5 years off your sentence.
All right. I have a question for you.
Sure.
Hi, my name is Matt. I'm from Long Island, New York. I have a question for GD. The question is, Ghislaine or Ghislaine or whatever the fucking robot. Yeah, the robot dude. Can't get that right. Ghislaine. They went to question her. Now, typically, when you question somebody, they are answering without any cliff notes or anything. Well, the Justice Department doesn't give people like, hey, you want to review your notes before we question you? They left her with a box full of documents for her to review. Or you know, what could that possibly be? It doesn't even. They're not even trying to hide the corruption or cover up.
Okay.
Here's the stuff we want you to say. Make sure you get your story right. Take this box of documents and study it.
He is there on behalf of Trump, not there as actually a member of the Justice Department. That's just his title. That's his job. That would be like if your job is being Matt Napo, but you decide to go someplace else as the dog.
Right.
And you're not doing the Matt Napo job, but people look at you and they see Matt Napo, but you're there as the dog capacity.
I never asked the question. The question was going to be why. I mean, obviously they're lame and impotent, but the Democrats, like Chuck Schumer said, there's no way we can let this stand. Okay, there's no way you can let it stand. Why? Obviously, I mean, it's like murder right in front of your fucking eyes, and you're not doing anything about it. Why are they? What can they do, and why are they not doing it?
Well, technically, I don't know if there's anything they can do right. I mean, for about this. And that's because he's not there in the official capacity of the United States government. He's there as Trump's attorney. And so, but because of his clout and where he is at the Justice Department, he has access to things that Trump's regular attorney would not have.
Boy.
So it's, I don't know what they can do just yet.
They couldn't insist on having, because I would think the idea would be just say no, let's do it in the open. Let's go in front of every fucking television camera and say call your representative and insist they do it in Congress in front of an open session.
Right, and that's one of the things that what's his face Mike Johnson put a stop to when he had Congress leave early.
Yeah,
because that was one of the things they were voting for transparency for the Department of Justice to turn over all their records, for Ghislaine to testify before Congress, all that stuff. That they were after that stuff.
Who names their kid Ghislaine? But no, it's too late now.
Probably,
right?
well, it's probably a family name, and the father was A Lane, and there was B Lane, C Lane, D Lane, and she's Ghislaine.
H Lane.
Yeah.
All right, but
it's probably short for something like her sister F Lane was Fast Lane. Her first name was Fast.
It's too late now. We can't even. You can't even have her testify in open court in front of the public because she's got this box to study from now, box of documents.
Well, there is one thing that's because, like I said, she's already been sentenced. She's already been deposed. She's already been proven to be a perjurer. They just didn't charge her with that because
they did charge her with perjury.
But they dropped the charge.
Oh,
they had enough to they dropped it not because of lack of evidence. They just dropped it to move things along quicker. But the thing is, there are prosecutors who actually prosecuted her case. They know what she knew then or what she testified to. So if she comes up with something new, those prosecutors can be called as rebuttal witnesses and things of that nature. So the only thing she can do really is to testify to things that she never testified to before. But then again, if she's given immunity, she loses her ability to protect Trump.
Yeah. This Annie Farmer person testified in court under oath that Ghislaine Maxwell raped her along with Jeffrey Epstein. So they're calling her a victim, but she took part in the rapes. It wasn't like she was just finding young girls for him. She actively took part in the rapes, at least according to sworn testimony in court. So calling her a victim is not, because there are women who get dragged into crimes with their men,
right?
That are sort of victims, willing participants, victims. It's a difficult line to kind of slice, but she's beyond just a enabler or a sex trafficker. She's a rapist on top of all of that.
Right.
So they got to turn over the files, but they never will. He's gonna. The bottom line is he's gonna slide again. He's gonna just slide on it.
Carl wants a link. I don't have Carl's contact.
I don't. I'm gonna try to send him a link here right now. You just talk about Epstein all day long while I try to send Carl a link.
Oh, sure. I could do that. Epstein.
Let me just say, because the Jews run everything. Don't go with the Gentile stuff again.
Really? You didn't like that? You didn't like that?
I think it's worse me saying the Jews run everything.
I didn't say they ran everything. I just said it was a kinder Gentile list.
I said that. I'm saying putting the blame right on me. I'm sorry. I'm preoccupied with Carl because Carl's a Jew and he runs everything.
Okay. I did not realize that Carl was a Jew.
He didn't either until this moment. He didn't even know he was Jewish.
He's just finding out.
Yes.
What a way to find out.
I think he got married. Honestly, I think he got married and didn't tell anybody. That would break my heart if Carl actually got married
and didn't invite us to the wedding.
Or didn't even tell me he was getting married. I mean, I could see, just assume Napo's not going to come all the way over an ocean. but to even tell me, hey, I'm getting married, can you send me a fucking gift and say something nice about my future wife?
Why you don't have to cross the ocean, though. You could just cross the pond. I mean, and ponds are much smaller than oceans. That's a scientific fact.
I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know things. I thought
Well, pond, yeah, it's common knowledge. Everybody knows a pond is smaller than an ocean, so just hop across the pond.
I'm a big fish in a small pond. What the fuck? I can't even paste a link.
Yeah, see, I didn't even know his real name was Carl Manstein. I had no idea.
Well, I think it is Mannheim. No, it's yeah, I think it is Mannheim or something like that.
Okay.
I'm trying. Come on.
See, I thought it was Mandible.
That's mandible.
Yeah.
Now, what is a mandible? That's right.
Jawbone.
All right, Carl. Look in your if Carl, if you're still with us and you haven't bailed on us, look in your Twitter message. I sent you a DM on Twitter. Yeah. So I mean, the lying and nonsense is coming out. It's like it's at the speed of light. It's impossible to go faster than the speed of light, but I think they're reaching the speed of light with the bullshit that is, and it's just exhausting trying to keep up with the bullshit stuff. Like the Powell thing. You saw the Powell thing, right? Where Trump brought him out in front to talk about.
Yeah.
And
Powell had to like fact check him in real time.
Right. So that's what you saw. That's what I saw. That's what anybody from the middle to the left saw. What the right wing saw was Trump manhandled Powell and set him straight on the facts.
Yeah, no, and then they cut, and here's the other thing is that his Trump's little black lackey sat there and parroted what the wrong information also. Yeah, 3.1, 3.2 billion. Yeah, 3.1, 3.1, 3.2 million. Yeah.
Twice. The link's not working because it fucking my technical. You see what I'm saying about that?
Sure.
Yeah. Because it's pasted in there twice. Let me try one more time. This fucking browser, right before we went live, it said I needed to update. I tried to update, and then it comes back, nothing's working right. Even cut and paste doesn't work right.
Well, my TikTok is not working on my computer. I tried to upload some videos this morning, and I couldn't get on TikTok on my computer, but I can get to it on my phone. The problem is the videos are not on my phone; they're on my computer.
Yeah. Boomer. Welcome to Boomer Corner, Technology Boomer Corner. Talked to Abby yesterday. She called me.
How'd that go? What did she want? Were you correct? Did she just needed someone to rescue her from her podcast nightmare?
Yeah, that's exactly what she did. She's got a podcast she needs to launch. She doesn't know where to begin. So I told her to go get a host like Spotify or something. Can we just do it on YouTube? Yes, you can do it on YouTube, but YouTube's RSS feed doesn't necessarily propagate to all the podcast channel distributors. So you really should get like Apple or Spotify or one of the paid ones, whatever. I forget what all of them, but there are lots of them out there. If you want a real podcast, you can go with a paid one. You go with Spotify. You go with Apple. But she didn't. She was just like, "Can I just go on YouTube?" Yes, you can go on YouTube. You can make a playlist that will see that as a podcast, but they're still not going to feed it to the podcast. So if somebody's looking on like their podcast app on their phone, then that's not going to come up. And just why are we having this conversation? Why does that conversation have to take 90 minutes? Going back and forth. Just do what I'm telling you to do, or don't do what I'm telling you to do. But that's it. I don't know. So yeah, we didn't get to talk about anything comedy wise, show possibilities for the future, or it was her podcast stuff. And she needs me to do her a favor and help her get this first one launched.
Okay.
She's got 2 YouTube channels. She named one Hampton Shorts, which is not shorts. And
they're not from Hampton.
That
sounds like a bad style choice. It is
from the Hamptons. It's not about comedy. It's about entrepreneurs and business life out in the Hamptons. But it's not shorts. And I'm just trying to explain to her, YouTube wants you to not confuse people. You got to play by their rules. You have to understand how their algorithm works, how their rules work, and they want clear, concise descriptions of your channel and titles for your channel and clear descriptions for the videos and titles for the videos. So Hampton Shorts put people in the mind that this is a channel dedicated to shorts, what YouTube considers vertical under 3-minute clips, and she's putting hour-long landscape clips on it. Like, you're already in violation of YouTube's preferred method, and they're going to say, you know what? We're not gonna recommend you to anybody. We're just gonna bury you because you refuse to play along. Sometimes you gotta play by the rules. You gotta what do they say? Be a Gentile about it.
I don't think that's how that's the word is used.
Yeah, because the Jews do run everything, but not YouTube. I think the Muslims run YouTube. I don't know.
Maybe. I did not look into their portfolio to see who owns it and stuff like that.
It's just a frustrating thing, and I don't ever get to say, put my people on shows there. That's the problem. That's my anger today. That's my beef. That's what I'm angry about. I wasted all this time just arguing back and forth, trying to explain the moon landing to a 3-year-old. The technology behind it. Rockets go boom and they lift off. I don't know how I would explain that. But so there's no show. We're not doing any shows ever there. It's just never going to happen. It's just going to keep stalling me with technical questions or help, and we'll never ever get to. Never ever.
Unless one of us is the brother of somebody's famous, sure, because apparently she'll have the brothers and sisters.
Well, could we do something like that? Could we fake it? Could we?
Sure, I can. I mean, all of my siblings are dead, so I can assign
G.D. Murphy. No,
I can assign any attributes to any of my siblings you want because they're dead, and I'm in charge of defenders and memories.
G.D. Rock, G.D. Chappelle, yeah, Glenn Dwayne Chappelle.
Mm-hmm.
No, that doesn't work.
Okay, it looks like somebody has arrived.
Are you ready to sing Get Me to the Church on Time? I'm getting married in the morning. Carl, good morning, Carl. Look, you got me and GD behind you.
Always.
Did you get married? Come on.
Yes.
You did? Seriously?
Indeed.
You don't even tell anybody?
I didn't tell anyone. I didn't even tell my family until 3 weeks before.
He didn't even tell his wife. He didn't even tell his wife.
She didn't need to know.
Wow.
Just take these pills. Come with me.
Seriously? Well, congratulations, I guess.
Thank you.
I don't know. It's like finding out my own brother got married, and I don't.
Yeah, I'm a little autistic. I barely even told my family. We're going to do a thing next year. But yeah.
Wow.
She's
has life changed significantly?
No, not at all. Primarily because she's not here right now.
Yeah, you were sleeping in a pub 3 days ago or something. I saw something.
Last weekend, Bushfest, the shittest comedy festival in the world, but I love it every year, and I sleep in the bar. Yes.
Is comedy
so what she needed? I don't know if you call them green cards there. She needed a UK license or something. Is this
yeah, she will come over. We'll do that visa thing, but she can come without that. But we'll do that. But that wasn't the reason why we did it. But it's the reason maybe why we did it so quickly.
Is she a Brazilian?
Brazilian? Yeah. Indeed.
Does she come with her own wax? I mean, Brazilian wax.
Não sei. Eu vou perguntar.
Is comedy still a thing? Because I don't know about comedy. I don't know. We don't talk about comedy. All we get fucking caught up is in fucking politics and child rapers.
Well, I've been down the Epstein rabbit hole since about 2010.
I know.
So.
Now, wait a minute. Now, my question is, how did y'all deal with Andrew? I mean, is that still being dealt with, or is he like persona non grata? I mean, because like here,
they've kind of pushed him to the side of royal duties, right? He was still parading around in the funerals and stuff like that.
Listen, if you could kill a princess, you could diddle kids. That's all I'm saying. They get away with anything.
Indeed.
They own. I don't know if you know this, CD, but they own the country.
What?
Well, listen, as long as it doesn't come out that Israel has been running intelligence operations to rape American children for years to keep American politicians beholden to their policies, then, as long as we don't let that cat out of the bag, no one will be murdered.
So that's that Robert Maxwell guy who started that, right? The Ghislaine's father?
Robert, yeah. Her life is very interesting. Her dad was very interesting. So his funeral was in Israel, attended by the Israeli Prime Minister, multiple high-ranking intelligence and military officials. He mysteriously got hold of lots of money as well, and that money disappeared towards the end.
Yeah.
Around about the same amount of money ended up in Jeffrey Epstein's bank account.
Wow.
Not long after. Yeah. I'm deep in this hole, so to speak. Not on an island.
Yeah.
A non-island hole.
Consensual. Yeah. Because I don't know.
Well, as long as the hole is old enough to consent, that's my concern.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And legally and morally.
Yeah.
Yes.
So now, just from the outside perspective, you guys are laughing at the United States. I mean, how disgustingly stupid we are, right? We're a laughing stock. Yes.
Well, America. Well, it's always been that way. But you make good movies sometimes, you know.
It's always been that way, really.
I think so.
Wow, I'm hurt by that.
I think,
but it's also cool.
I think it would help if we would just stop stealing their show ideas and then ruining them. Because we look like the little kid. We look like the little brother who sees the big brother do something, and then we try to copy it, and the big brother just looks and goes, "Oh, that's so cute." You're trying to practice sex like you watch me having sex with my girl. Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, but, you know, it's also was ingrained in us. Maybe that was American soft power ingraining it being cool to want to go to America. Like when I first came to New York, even now, when I come to New York, I'm going to look at the fucking Ghostbusters filming locations because I'm a nerd. All that shit.
I have no idea where in New York the Ghostbusters filming locations would be. I should know that, right?
Next to the Dakota building, there's some, I can't remember the name, but it's the apartment at the end where the big Stay Puft Marshmallow walks up by Central Park. You've got the firehouse down, not too far from World Trade Center. I don't know the exact street. Hook and Ladder, something that's still an operational firehouse, but they sell Ghostbusters merch. I'll add that to my list of reasons to hate firemen.
Holy wow! I nobody in New York ever talks about those. But there's been a million.
That's because people in New York don't care. People in New York they're not sightseers. People in New York are sight avoiders.
They're trying not to get fucking stabbed and get into work.
Yeah. You know, speaking of tourism, like in the United States, tourism is all gone to hell. But Vegas is having some serious problems right now because nobody's going to Vegas. And
I've heard the prices are just getting ridiculous. Because even 20 years ago, you could get dingy, cheap hotels, right, and go and sit in a dingy casino. But everything is just hundreds of dollars a night, and people just can't do it. Maybe for the one-off 2-day trip, but.
So maybe I should move there. Maybe I should move to the desert, like my wife would let me move. But
Vegas kicked the Italians out years ago.
Oh.
Who took over? Russians? Who took over the casinos?
Actually,
well, other than corporations, you're probably right. It is some type of mob. It is mobbed up somehow, I guess.
Yeah.
But
the Italians were pushed out. Someone suddenly realized, how have we let fat, elderly Italian men bully us on the strip?
Yeah.
Why were they the tough guys?
The Luxor people, those people who own Mandalay Bay, Luxor, Excalibur, all that stuff, and the tram runs through them. That's some major corporation. I don't know who owns.
What happened to talking of conspiracies? What happened to that guy that shut up Mandalay Bay? Because that just disappeared, right?
Yeah,
there were all kinds of rumors came out. What was going? Some kind of arms deal was going down.
Yeah, he shot up a country music festival or something.
Yeah. And he didn't take like 15 assault rifles into his room, like unbeknownst to any fucking staff.
You know, I didn't realize that was Mandalay Bay. I remember that's right.
Yeah.
It was though, because I used to go to Mandalay Bay every year in July, and I think it happened in July. I just missed it by I don't know
I've never been to Vegas. It's got one of the. I'm not really into fucking casinos and stuff, so. But I would have liked to have gone for a couple of nights just to, I don't know, buy cheap cocaine on the strip and find a comedy club. But I don't know if I will.
There's a documentary, Mandalay Bay, Las Vegas documentary.
Ooh, that's me.
On Amazon Prime. I don't know. I'm not interested in all that. Some of those documentaries put me to sleep. But yeah, that story just went away. All those conspiracy theories about that guy and his connections, and then let's forget about that. Let's move on to the next one.
Yeah, something fishy there, but we'll never know. Most likely, we'll never know the Epstein shit really
Yeah.
You know,
Well, see, it's just the thing. They're questioning, supposedly questioning her when they're really telling her what to say, and they give her. You never see them give the witness a box full of materials to study, and that's exactly what the cameras caught them doing, giving her a big box. You know,
it's just to say, yeah, Trump was mates, but they never did any fucking of children. That's what those orders will be there. But you know, there's lots of people who won't want everything to come out of that. That video's insane. They fucking released that video. There was a guy from that prison said that's not even his cell. It would have been down the corridor from there.
Right,
They just showed the video.
His cell was not in the view of the camera.
Yeah. So what's the point in releasing the video? And that's also been spliced, which is insane.
Yeah, so they show you a cell that's not even his, and then there are up to 3 minutes missing from the whole.
And they don't tell you that it's not his cell. They do not. The government never said those are not his cells. They said we show you the footage, and they need you to believe that those are his cells.
I saw an interview with a guy who was in that prison. He was a resident of the prison, and he said the cameras of the officer station in these shoes, these secure housing units, they come off. Each cell pair goes off in a corridor away from that. So Epstein's cell would have been off to the right, down the end. There's 2 cameras in every cell, and there's cameras at the cell doors as well.
Yeah, not to raise any suspicion or anything, but I used to frequent that jail 3-4 times a week.
Were you performing music?
No.
Prostitute.
I was delivering
conjugal visits.
I was delivering intel, but I never saw it.
You mean the video game and television?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Okay.
Manuals of some sort. They would in boxes that were taped shut, like I couldn't get through the tape if I was really determined to. But yeah, I don't know why. This is what was really curious to me. Like lots of jails and holding cells in New York City I would frequent all the time to deliver stuff that was marked top secret. Why are we bringing, I mean, books, manuals, and all this stuff, like vans full of top secret material to jails? You know, it's obviously not for the prisoners, but it doesn't make any sense to me. This is the United States government.
Could it be just legal stuff for lawyers to look at when they're in there if it's involved stuff that's
sure? But why would
not
make
public?
it top secret? I could see even classified means that it's basically just no. You're not going to.
Well, everything's overclassified, right? So.
Yeah, but top secret means only
here. It's even worse here. Everything's way more secret here. So there's no way you could go on a podcast and say, you know, there's loads of CIA guys on podcasts right now. It's very rare you'll see someone from the thing they sign is lifelong as well. They could never talk about it.
So MI6 people can't be like on the radio or the TV talking about that.
They've had certain people say yes, I was in MI6, but they can't really talk about anything they did really. And if they are talking about it, they're probably lying because.
Yeah. So just for clarity, I had nothing to do with Epstein's. I stopped going to that jail in 1990.
Well, you know, we're only one step removed from a friend of Epstein. We've got Jackie Martling, you know, going for dinner. Was it lunch?
Yeah.
Just one time, lunch. He would have said it upside down when his iPad flipped.
A lot of people had those one-off meetings, one-off things with Jeffrey Epstein.
Well, he was into all kinds of stuff. He was funding science and all kinds of stuff. Everyone in New York knew them at the time. You know, if you were a part of the social scene.
Yeah, you know what's really curious is when he got his start, he didn't even have a degree, and he got hired as a math teacher for a very prestigious private school.
Well, then he was a hedge fund manager, and he didn't know anything about hedge funds. By all accounts,
he was just hedgehog though. He had a pet hedgehog, and he knew how to fund the hedgehog.
So this is the stuff that fuels the intelligence stuff more, right? He's just like a guy that's been put somewhere to manage something,
right?
So he was like Lee Harvey Oswald, you know, just working with the Cubans, even though
he was obviously laundering money for Wexner and that kind of stuff. But
yeah,
it's just but like why he was a young man at the time. And where did he get those kind of connections where people would say, this guy could be useful to us? I would have loved to have been that useful.
Wasn't Wexner his only client and he got paid $180 million for like advice?
Yeah.
And then he got given the townhouse, the one where I went to. I went after it closed, Martling.
I know. I remember you had the.
But he got given that, or for like $10 or something like that.
Maybe he started blackmailing people at a very young age. It starts off with like one girl, maybe a kid's sister, or
I started blackmailing people at an early age. Nobody ever approached me to.
I'm just saying, like he just offered up somebody he used to babysit or something, and then he gets them hooked on the hook. It's like, okay, you now owe me, and I expect some favors.
Wow.
Well, Diddy as well, who was also in that prison for a little bit. He was rumored to be informing the FBI when he was a kid, when he was first throwing those parties in like 1990, when he was like 21. He was going to Washington and
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I obviously I'm not culturally hip at all, but I know like some hip hop artists, and I like some of them. I never heard. I mean, other than a Zeppelin ripoff of something that Diddy did like in the 90s.
Well, he did the Police "I'll Be Missing You" cover as well. Yeah, that was pretty big. And actually, after he got arrested, I listened to that. And it's still pretty good.
Really?
It's still pretty good. But he was a producer more than anything, right? His own stuff was never that great, but he produced a lot of big albums in the 90s.
So I don't know. I don't even know. I couldn't name who he produced. That's how unhip I am. Like
Biggie and stuff, wasn't it? But he would rip them all off. Basically, he would sign them to the really deals that would fuck them over, hold them into long contracts, and not pay them anything. Basically, a lot of the time.
All right, let's talk about music because I know I don't know this. I'm guessing just like I guess that you got married because you don't fucking tell me anything. That you went to Oasis reunion concert.
Well, it was about 15 minutes that way. So,
and the music. Liam's voice. I heard different things about Liam's voice. Like it was holding up well. He was doing well, and then some people not. So, what's your?
Yeah. Well, I've seen him live solo as well, and I was there at that same park 16 years ago as well. He's been through his solo career. The last sort of 7-8 years, he's been working on that. Goes to bed early, no drinking, all that sort of stuff. They were both using these vocal straws. I'd never seen them. Have you seen them? I thought they were nicotine things, but it's just you have to blow out of a straw sort of all day, and it's about breathing. They were both using those backstage.
Oh, yeah. In a training thing, that's a big part of breath stuff. Yeah, wow, that's interesting. They still do. I mean, that's a warm-up exercise. Good for him. So he's taking it seriously like a trained vocalist. Good for him. Were they getting along, or they?
Yeah. Well, everyone thought, people didn't know till night one, and then they definitely are. There's a lot of stuff you see sort of behind the scenes where they're,
now, is the country at half mast for Ozzy?
Yeah, well, I mean, two big characters, right? Ozzy and Hulk Hogan. I know Hulk Hogan was a bit crazy, not here, but globally there were still two big characters. Yeah, I think I'll be in Birmingham. Where he's from. Actually, the festival I was at is pretty much where he's from, pretty much the little town he's from, just outside there. Yeah, I'll go to the bench and go and look at Ozzy's bench or Black Sabbath bench, whatever it's called, and sit on it, rub my ass on Ozzy. He also used to live near where I grew up as well, and that's where he presumably died.
Wow.
So they came home. There's a little village.
Because apparently my understanding is that he and his wife Sean had something of a pact, like if they they would agree to euthanasia if it got to
it was in London or Birmingham. It wasn't in Asia.
So they were actually inquiring in Switzerland about this fairly recently. I have heard. So it wouldn't surprise me if maybe he took too many pain pills at the end.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, because
they had the last show 3 weeks ago. I think it's just like that was it.
You don't do your last show and just croak. That doesn't happen.
Well, you go out on a high. This was like you got a good memory, And
apparently he stopped taking his pain meds for the show because they would just fuck his mind up. So for the show he could sing, they had to sit down. The throne looked pretty cool though. I think his vocals were okay as well.
I haven't seen any footage or anything from
there's
the
some
concert.
great clips from him singing. You know, it's pretty emotional. Yeah, Ozzy's a legend. I'm surprised he lasted to 76. And there are fucking psychopaths online blaming the COVID vaccine. It's like, do you know anything about Ozzy Osbourne?
Yeah.
He might want to see what he's ingested other than that.
Yeah. He's definitely one of the more interesting characters in the history of rock and roll. And we had a lot of different physical problems and habits and things like that.
The first song I learned to play as a guitarist was Paranoid.
Ah,
I think before Smoke on the Water was such a big hit, that was everybody's first song. And then Smoke on the Water became everybody's first song. I just want to go back to Oasis for GD. Do you have a concept of how big Oasis is in the UK as far
No, I didn't even know they were still a band. I can't even name any of their songs.
They weren't until about 3 weeks ago. They've been split up for 16 years.
Right.
And they got back together for this big tour this year and to make like $400 million.
But in the UK, they're as big as the Beatles ever were. Is that fair to say?
Well, at the time, it was pretty crazy. I mean, like mobbed at the airport, crazy. Yeah. Mobbed going to the shops, crazy. Yeah.
And they both got any of their songs. Maybe I'm not saying I haven't heard of their songs. I'm sure I must have heard one of their songs.
You'll recognize.
I don't think you could ever go to a karaoke thing and not hear somebody do Wonderwall, or even
probably extremely overplayed. But
Wonderwall is an Oasis song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or even like an acoustic open mic or something, or acoustic show. There's somebody where people are doing covers. Wonderwall is, and if you walk into a Guitar Center, I guarantee there's somebody playing Wonderwall. Right.
It's funny. I was at a comedy showcase, and I did some song parodies on the showcase. No, I'm sorry, this was an open mic. I did like 2 song parodies at the open mic, and then a guy another comedian goes, "Do you know how to play Wonderwall?" And I'm like, I have no idea what that is. He goes, because I want to do a parody of that, but I don't have anybody who can play the music. I said, I guess I can learn it. I don't know what it is. And he wound up doing it a cappella because I didn't.
Wow.
I guess I couldn't learn the song in 5 minutes because that's about how much time I had.
I think you can learn it in 1 minute.
Well, I'm saying, but I'd have to like download it or something and listen to it.
Very simple chords, but the strumming pattern takes a little bit. Come on, just a little bit.
But the point I'm making is like I don't think the people in the U.S. have any clue how big Oasis.
No, and they never made it in the US because their tour would never last. One of them would fly home early. They would accidentally take meth and then fight the audience.
Accidentally take meth when they thought it was crack.
Thought it was coke. I don't know. There was a meth show, but almost every US tour ended in disaster, and they nearly split up basically. So they never when you go to America as an English band, you've got to shake hands with all the executives and play nice with Sony, and they never did that. Yeah. But they're coming to the US. They're going to LA, I think, and New Jersey, is it?
Oh yeah.
Giant so they sold out in seconds. It's going to be, and here was in a park in Manchester, so it's obviously where they're from. I live next door to their old rehearsal studio. It was pretty cool. But people flew here from Argentina, from fucking Chile. Yeah. I was next to some Italians.
Oasis is like the UK version of Crack the Sky here in the US.
Listen, it's Mess the Sky, first of all. And no, nobody could ever touch the great.
Well, I think they never made it back then, but obviously they're sold out in these arenas in the US this year. So they've got a lot of like 16-year-old fans now.
I wouldn't say there is a segment of Gen Xers, the people who were in their prime in the 90s, loved Oasis, and they were big with them. But most of the culture of the United States of America, if I talk to boomers, most of them wouldn't be able to name.
Yeah, it was their kids, right? But what I'm saying is there's a lot of 16, 17, 18-year-olds now that are massive, are weirdly obsessed. You go on Twitter, everyone's got them as a profile picture. It's really weird. And they were basically born when they split up.
Yeah. Makes sense though. They're like the guys in the '80s who became infatuated with the Beatles stuff. It was like 20 years before they were even born.
It is weird because when I was starting listening to music in the 90s, that's like thinking of the 60s, right? Oh, the 60s was fucking forever ago. And now if I think back to the 90s, yeah, a long time ago, but I remember it.
Yeah.
I was in a supermarket near my house, and there was a girl. She was about 8 years old, and she was wearing a Pink Floyd T-shirt. And she was with her dad, and I looked at the dad and said, I have to ask. I said, does your daughter know anything about Pink Floyd? And he goes, oh my God, does she? He said, she is so. And the girl starts rattling off song titles and lyrics, and she just knew. She knew more about Pink Floyd than I did. She was like rattling off.
Yeah.
It's like, and I was only there for like 45 seconds. And in 45 seconds, I must have gotten like a 5-year history of Pink Floyd from an 8-year-old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I like the gig because they seem to be the people that go, there's no political flags, there's no fucking nonsense. Because you go to a lot of festivals and someone's waving a Palestine flag or an Israel, it's like, what the fuck are we even doing? Go to the music, get drunk, take some drugs.
Yeah.
Well,
some of you fight, don't ruin the vibe.
Well, you would think if somebody from Palestine would really like an Oasis concert, because I mean, they're in the desert. Come on, what could be better than an Oasis in the desert?
In fact, yes. Yeah,
I don't know, GD. I'm not sure if you know this, but the Jews run everything. So,
well, I mean, look, we've been getting into trouble for saying this for years, so I stopped saying it. But the more we unravel, come on, they've got shell companies all over the world.
Yeah.
Let's just build this microphone that we can put explosives in 3 years.
No Jew runs this program. No Jew runs this program. I am like an.
I don't know. I've had my suspicions about you and so have other people for years. Like, look at that nose, man. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Well, only thing I know is I won't even touch a pager that was not made in the U.S.
Wow.
Well, they've probably got shell companies in the U.S. You know.
Well, I'm not going near pagers or Blackberries. Anything that could possibly explode.
Anything you didn't make yourself.
Right. And I trust these devices because I've had them longer than the Israelis had the technology to make them blow up.
This iPhone was made in China, so probably it's just those spying on me.
Yeah. It's not going to blow up, but they will know everything about you.
Yeah.
They knew you were married before you did.
They're like, I won't do the voice, but they're like, we know you. We're the CCP. We know you sometimes talk dirty to your phone at 3 a.m. It's like, yeah. That's right.
Just lastly on the music thing, I used to have this theory that because in the 70s, 50s music in the United States anyway, in the 70s, 50s music became popular. Then in the 80s, 60s music was becoming popular again. I always thought it was a 20-year lag. Like, wait 20 years.
Yeah,
I think it's the kids of the parents. I think it's the kids who grow up with the parents listening to the music.
They find the records, right?
Right.
Yeah,
because they can't really afford their own music. They can't really afford their own music at that age, so they're listening to their parents' music and they're refashioning them as well. Like,
that makes sense to where I was going to go, because I think it's gone from 20 years to 30 years now.
Well, here it was the 90s for the 60s. It was like mid 90s was the 60s revival here, so it was 30 here.
Yeah, so I think
80s was still a lot of metal
because people are having kids later, right? That's why. This makes sense.
Yeah.
I know my stepdaughter, because of me, she got into like They Might Be Giants. Definitely got into Monty Python was because of me.
Crack the Sky, all those great.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bands now from the 90s that never stopped touring, but they just people lost interest for the most part. But the last 2 years, their gigs have been bigger again. So I think it's the kids. Yeah.
Tim Pierce was doing a thing on Crowded House because he played on their big record, Don't Dream It's Over, and how innovative they were and how people didn't notice.
They did a massive show here last year at the new arena here, huge.
Yeah, I mean they had some. Of course, Don't Dream It's Over was their biggest one, but they had some major hits. They were a big part of the 90s sound. Tears for Fears is having like a resurgence. That music, every fucking cover band on Long Island is now doing a lot. everything that was a hit from Tears for Fears.
Well, that's the other thing when the Oasis thing. Manchester, the whole city was taken over, right? It was crazy. But obviously, every bar had a cover band. Every single fucking bar. So there were 100 cover bands, maybe 2 good ones, probably, and the rest are just embarrassing. But yeah.
Carl, did you happen to notice that? Well, let me give you a little sampling of what I'm gonna. That I had a little bit of a temper tantrum with. What? Like I'm glad you got ass raped in fucking prison. You're a fucking dick.
Yeah, I mean,
Get the fuck
I
off
did
my
see
program,
this.
you dick face asshole.
Yeah, I did see this, and it seems a bit, wanting someone raped because they don't agree with you politically is a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, this dude, he wrote a book. He's first of all, he's a Trump supporter. He's gay.
Yeah. Okay.
And he says he's Christian, but I don't think he really knows what Christian means. But
Yeah.
and then
I think he means Christian Dior.
It's that thing that the mob pretended to be,
right,
when they were cheating on their wives.
He admitted to committing crimes in 2007, which he went to prison for. Now, and they were, selling stolen cars. If that's your first offense, you're not going to go to prison for that. You will get probation or whatever, and a heavy fine. He went to prison for it, so we know he was doing crimes before that he got caught for. And then years later, he did identity theft and money laundering, and went to prison again, and got ass raped in prison and bullied and beat up, and then wanted to play the victim part. He wrote a book, and he's just like calling himself a victim. It's like, dude, those weren't mistakes. You chose to be a fucking criminal.
Yeah, but I would say that being raped.
Oh no,
makes you a victim, Mind Dog. Come on.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Might be a bad guy.
I wouldn't argue that.
The village demand rape for this punishment.
No, that's not what I was saying. I was saying I was glad he got it because he insulted me. He was saying he came back out with brainwashed by the libs. Like you did.
See, that is unforgivable. How dare you?
Exactly. Yeah, but the answer to that is no. Isn't it? No.
That's pretty much what I said.
Hold on. No. Let's back up a little bit. I started when he first asked. I said you have to review the show, and everybody when they sign up for the show, I didn't ask him to be on the show. He has to be on the show. There's a thing when you sign up. It says that you must watch some of it to know the people who you're going to be talking to, know something about us. It
would make sense.
It's incumbent on me to learn something about you. You should learn something about me beforehand. First question I asked him: have you watched a second of the program? No, I don't. So you have no idea who I am, and now you're going to cast aspersions about me, saying that this is who I am when you don't know anything about me. I've done some research about you, at least minimal research, to have this conversation. You don't know who I am. That makes you an idiot to start off with, because it says right on the thing.
Agreed.
Now, Matt. Also, I think this in the same week, within the same 7-day period, not the
2
same
days
week.
before, I think it was.
Yeah, one of my best friends in comedy. He insulted him so badly, so he attacked him in such an atrocious way that my best friend in comedy unfriended me from Facebook, canceled an appearance on my show to be interviewed, removed me from all. Blocked me from all communications with him.
But I didn't insult him at all. I didn't. I asked him to tell us a little bit about him, and he just kept, can you hear me? And first of all, let's start it off with starting the program, and this guy's panicking in the private chat now. I'm here. Is anybody gonna? And I said, we see you here. We're doing the opening. Stop texting me. You're distracting me. And he just kept private chat stuff. Then when I brought
it sounds like he didn't understand technology.
Right.
You know, it happens.
He didn't understand the technology, but again, he did not pay attention to the thing on the website that says find out what show you're going to be on, find out how things are going to work, watch a show, see how things work. He didn't do that.
In fairness, he's only been doing comedy for 29 years and running his own Facebook page for about 6 or 7 years. So he's kind of new to this.
So I didn't insult him at all. All I did was when I asked him a question and he just stood there.
You want to be raped?
I said, do you think the Jews are running everything? But no, it said, and he didn't answer me. He just stood there with a face full of zeros. I was like, are you going to talk? And he was just like laughing at that point. And then he said, "You guys are all talking all over each other," which we weren't doing. All right, you're out of the room.
So to me that implied he had like multiple windows open, and he was hearing all of the dialogues.
He
from all of
probably
those.
had YouTube open at the same time, right? And then
I told him that. I said,
and we asked him. We said to close your extra browsers, and I sent him a text to do that, and I don't think he understood. I thought I'd said close your other browsers, but if I missed the R, he could have read Bowser, and he thought I was referring to a Nintendo game.
There's no going back for this friendship, GD.
Yeah.
Oh no, we're done. I mean, after all these years, I mean, he and I were like best friends for like 10 days. You know.
Well, I've lost a friend in comedy, but I think it is for more legit reason. He was stealing from comedians for maybe 5 to 10 years that we didn't know about, and pretending he was Jewish. He'd wear a fucking yarmulke at times. Turns out he was never Jewish, and he was stealing money from everyone, including me a little bit. But I didn't really mind. I thought it was funny.
Well, if he was stealing money, would that make him just a little bit? No, just
that makes him half Italian.
Yeah, I mean that's why I went along with that. I mean, he must be. He acts kind of,
makes him half Italian. The Jews make their own money. They don't need to steal money. Well, I don't know.
I'm sure there was some Nazi gold hoarded somewhere.
Yeah. Hyman Roth.
Actually, that guy and I really weren't like friends. I mean, we knew each other from Facebook, but I had no idea he was a Trump supporter because I'd never been to his personal Facebook page. We only knew each other, like I post something, he'd support it. He'd post something, I'd support it, but he never posted anything political, so to speak. I mean, he had an okay sense of humor, but I couldn't tell that he was like, he didn't post anything overtly anti-Biden or anything like that.
Wow.
Matter of fact, he seemed to avoid politics in his humor.
That's a good policy, I think. If you want to work these days, you should. I get told that I don't know who that is. I think it's that girl with the big tits. Is that who that is? The girl with the big.
Oh, is it her mom? I don't know if you remember, if you're aware of this, Carl, but Matt was getting tit pics from this
still do
girl.
every couple of days.
From this girl, from this person's mother, and I think she's like 70 or 80 years old, and she was sending Matt. How old is she?
I would say she's 60, about 60 now.
Okay, so you're getting tit pics from the 60.
Is it Madonna? Maybe.
Yeah, but I don't think it's really her. I think she's got like some kind of virus. Because, but the question is, like, this virus or whatever the mail bot that she's got is somehow finding actual naked pictures of her.
Maybe from your collection. Maybe they hacked your computer and got those tits from you.
Never had any. No, I don't do that. I don't do that. Why?
Well, if they've got her account and she sent them to other people, yeah, they've got them.
Yeah, but yeah, it is kind of. And I did not know how to like approach it. Like, I did tell her. I like sent her like. Are you aware your email is sending me pictures? But then when it didn't stop and I got no response, it's like, do I? Because her daughter was a big fan, and do I go to her daughter and say you should talk to your mom about this? I think she's got a mailbot thing or whatever. Maybe they're not even really her pictures, even though I know they are. Or somebody's really photoshopping the hell out of them. But I didn't know how to handle it, and then people heard me talking about it on the, the morning program, and everyone, who is it? Everybody's trying to guess who it is. I think it was pretty obvious who it is. There were not a lot of people who fit that description, the description of a mother of a fan who was also a fan of the band. So, anyway, yeah. So. Well, you talk about people, friends in comedy you lost. Is Billy Wayne Davis? Do you even hear from him? Is he alive? What happened to Billy?
Yeah, I think he came up. He pops up on Instagram and the fake Twitter threads.
Maybe he blocked me, but I don't know why. I mean, it's not like we ever had words.
I don't see him on Twitter much, so maybe it's there. But he's on Instagram.
Wow. I don't
So
see
he posts quite a lot, gig pictures and stuff.
Stanhope and Andrus are going out September 5th and 6th, I think, or September 6th in Vegas, the Plaza Hotel. They're going to do a show one day and then the next day hang out and watch football all day, which is kind of weird.
Is that the same weekend that Jackie's supposed to be in Grand Rapids?
That's what I was just going to say. I was thinking of going out there just to hang with them because I know Vegas is so cheap right now and they're dying for tourists. It seems like a good.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Stanhope and Andrus will be sharing a hotel room, so
yeah. So I don't know if I could, because I'm like torn. Like, do I go to Michigan for Jackie thing with the Beav Man on that weekend? Do I fly out to Vegas? I'm sure I could get a cheap flight. I could go to Vegas and spend a weekend there and spend less than $1,000, which is not.
There's a part of me that would come out, but I keep thinking I can take these little trips, and I really can't. I need to fucking rein in the spending for a few months. But I will.
Now that you're spending money for two.
I've been spending money for two for a long time before we were married. Yeah, money's great. I think maybe I'll try and come out in the springtime. I think it's gonna have to push it into next year. I'm just gonna be another year older.
Yeah.
Will you be bringing your wife with you, or will she be?
No. She hates comedy, right?
Oh,
she hates She's really not a fan of my humor.
I feel you on this because my wife hates my music.
Yeah.
I don't say hates it, but she doesn't come to shows. She never.
She really doesn't think you're funny, and she doesn't like comedy.
Yeah, no, but it sounded different. It's not. I don't think she would like my stand-up.
So, you'll have like a purely sexual relationship then? Because I can't imagine you. I
can't talk to her about CIA black sites, and she's not interested in any of that.
I know you're well versed in conspiracy theories, and I know you're well versed in comedy. So, and if those things she's not interested in, it sounds to me like you just have great dick.
Well, yes, but I'm also I'm borderline autistic, so I have great interest in many things, so we can talk about other shit.
Okay.
I thought maybe Alice Cooper.
Like what's for dinner?
Okay. Yeah, that's universal. What's for dinner?
In between wives, when I was divorced, I said if I ever get married again, I married a good-looking woman. The next time I'm going to marry a good cooking woman, but it didn't come true. I didn't do that. I should have stuck to that, like a woman who could cook. That was my plan. If I ever got married again, she was going to have to be a great cook. And again, I just followed my dick wherever it went, and I married a bad cooking woman.
So, Carl, speaking of cooking, what's the top fast food place where you are? I mean, like around here, I can't swing a dead cat without hitting a fast food place. But like we don't have like what's it called, Tim Hortons, which is like a big in Canada. So
that's more like I'd class that more of a breakfast lunch place. It's kind of like, I don't know. I've only ever really been in them for like bacon sandwiches in the morning. But we get like, I don't know, regular chains. We've got fucking Popeyes and all that kind of stuff. I prefer Popeyes over KFC. But Manchester's full of little independent weird places or some grilled cheese places, and we've got a really good Mexican place actually that's actual Mexicans making.
Wow, you imported them, and they're not, and they're like, are they legitimate? Like not legitimate Mexicans, but
I hope so.
Are they
because
citizens? They have papers that they're not going to be.
The government's trying to crack down on the illegals as well here, so I hope they're fully licensed because it's the best fucking Mexican I've ever had in the UK, which is not saying much.
Yeah, but still, I mean, even can't they get like married off so that they can stay?
Yeah, I would think so. I think they've been here a long time. I'm pretty sure they're legit, these ones.
In Rocky Point, which is a town over from where I live, there are 3 restaurants in like a little strip mall. There's a Chinese place, a bagel place, and a pizza place. The Chinese place has an Italian owner operator. The bagel place has a Chinese or Asian owner operator, and the pizza place has a Jewish owner operator. I'm like,
Moo.
you're all confused. The Jew shouldn't be in the bagel place. The Italian guy should be in the pizza place. The Asian people should be in the Chinese restaurant. Get it right.
Yeah, didn't Martin Luther King hate the Jays as well for various reasons, for like destroying black communities? Yeah. We've got a cool grilled cheese place that makes this kind of stuff. You probably can't see it too well, but but they do. It's kind of grilled cheese, but then they put everything else in it, so it could be. It's kind of Americano inside. You can get a PBR.
Well, Matt wants to know what kind of cheese. First of all, American cheese isn't a cheese. That's a processed cheese food.
Yeah, this probably isn't American cheese. It's probably English cheese.
Well, if you go to buy it, it says you can get American cheese or American cheese product.
Interesting.
Yeah, I look at that often because they put them right side by side. There is a real American cheese, and then it's American cheese product, which is what is that?
Matt,
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Carl.
No, I was just going to say I spent years watching Man versus Food. It's my favorite thing, and I love Alan Richman. I rarely have good food when I'm in America, and I think it's just I'm unlucky. I've had good food in Tucson, and that's it. No, I had good tacos in LA as well. But I've been unlucky in New York. I've been very unlucky. I've been to bad pizza places.
I brought you to bed. Well, I didn't bring you to bed,
but it was better than the one I had after the comedy thing the night before. That tasted like a fucking shoe. It's like you're eating leather. And I was like, I'm in New York and I'm eating leather.
See, I never thought Manhattan was the place for good pizza in New York.
I think like Brooklyn and stuff is pretty good, but I think there are some good places in Manhattan. But you need to do research. I didn't do the research. And my main research should have been asked Kat and Steve, right?
Or you got to go in September during the San Gennaro feast, because that's when all the best pizza.
I've wanted to go to. I know it's probably a cliche, but I've wanted to go to Katz's for fucking 15 years as well.
Wow. I got friend requested by a comedian yesterday, and he works at Norwegian Cruise Line's Princess Cruise Line. This is his entire thing. And he's middle-aged or older, like he might be a senior. It's just like, that's a hell of a way. I mean, it's a question of how much are you willing to sacrifice for your art? Because a cruise ship job, I did it when I was young for a very short period of time. You get this tiny little college dorm room type cabin, like it's very small. And then you have it's convenient to just walk to work down the hallway. But it's not. It's the same crowds, and you don't see any real. After your first experience, you don't see any like real life because it's all that tourist life. We stop in this one town. You got the 6 hours to go there. You don't. So he gave up all of regular life to make a life on cruise ships, and he's still doing it like almost at my age.
Yeah, but people get it's not really. It doesn't. I've never done it. It doesn't sound like it's for me. I would probably go and do comedy on a cruise for a month if they paid me. If they paid me enough, man, I'd go if I get free food.
Yeah, it's good money, and that's the important point because
I couldn't make a life out of it though. I'd feel too trapped on the same thing.
I want to do that on a substitute basis. I don't think I could do it as a career.
Yeah, it's
your whole life. That's the point I'm making. It's fun when you do it for a month.
Right, because I had a ball. When I was done, but here's the deal. When I was there, I was like, I could do this for another 2 weeks, but I was affiliating with the comedians that were there, like career cruise ship comedians, and they looked so miserable when they weren't on stage. You know, the difference was when they would walk around the cruise ship, the people wouldn't even talk to them. They just looked so miserable. I was getting mobbed. You know, I was like, and I was like a nobody, but I was like, funny enough for 20 minutes. Like, yay! I was like a little celebrity. They wanted my agent's name so I could be hired, for real. But the other guys, they were like miserable when they weren't on the stage performing. They were walking around like.
Well, they're probably getting fucking divorced at the time, you know. There's problems with the wife. They can only call the wife every couple of days. She's not
the Wi-Fi stuff. Yeah,
it's not a good life. But there are people who get into it, and there are people that love it. I watched a documentary about an American woman who went missing in like Aruba in the late 90s, and then there were all these she just disappeared from a balcony, and then there were all these sightings of her in Aruba and in Curacao and Venezuela as like a sex trafficked American woman, and they found her picture on a fucking sex website, and then she's not been seen since. But like, it's another conspiracy-ridden thing. But there's some dodgy. You know, the bass player was seen with her somewhere, and then he had a suitcase full of pictures of white women.
Now, I have one of my friends actually one of my nieces by friendship, my bass player's daughter. You know, I'm her uncle. I'm her uncle by string affiliation, string theory, right?
G-string.
So, but her and her husband met because they were musicians on a cruise ship. You know, they played. I mean, that's what she did for years. You know, and they liked it.
I thought you were your bass player.
You're really, really low, Napo, as well.
Oh,
yeah, that's because he wasn't talking to his mic. He was talking.
Okay. I didn't understand.
I'm trying to call somebody's mother a skank on Twitter.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Is he fighting with MAGA Republicans on Twitter again instead of paying attention to his show?
It never ends. It never ends.
And he wonders why he has angina. How do the Italians say it? Angina instead of angina? Angina.
Angina.
Agita.
I was watching some Italian thing, and my wife and I both said angina, but they go like angina. You know, like there's like
got the angina over here. Gabagool.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt, I did look it up, and American cheese is not cheese. It's processed cheese food.
That makes me sad.
Yeah, that's according to
when I want to make a cheeseburger, sometimes I do buy what I would call American cheese. It comes in slices and stuff. It's not. I kind of like it in a cheeseburger. It's kind of fucking dirty.
Yeah. And that's what they were saying. They're saying if you want a good cheeseburger, there's like that, that and grilled cheese, But I tend to, and I agree. I think if you just want a straight up good grilled cheese sandwich, or processed American cheese food is like the cheese, But we buy real cheese in my house,
I'm a cheddar. I'm a mature cheddar guy. Real cheddar.
I like Havarti. And Gouda.
I like all kinds of stuff. I'm a feta fan as well. I love a bit of cheese.
Can we expand that idea to everything that starts with the phrase American? Is
idiot?
It's fake. It's fake. It's not real. It's artificial. It's processed. It's a little bit phony. It's Vaguna, Colonel Mike, General Mike, President Mike,
Vaguna,
King Mike. Mike,
hey, put the fingers in her Vaguna.
You're welcome to join us if you got a webcam anytime, some morning, instead of just like being in the chat room with all the other chat room people. You could join the program and everybody would get to see the hero, Colonel Mike, President Mike, General Mike, King Mike, Dictator Mike, Emperor Mike.
So Matt, you posted something about Trump wanting to get the laws that require priests to report child molestation.
Yeah, they want to protect the clergy because of it violates the priest's rights if you demand that the church identify people who have been accused of all fucking altar boys or something.
Did you see my response?
No, you responded to that? Well,
yeah. No, just see. Okay, my theory is that Trump wants that law repealed so that he can basically claim that he and Epstein are now
become a priest,
clergy,
get ordained on one of those dodgy websites,
right? So they can say that they're members of the clergy, and therefore they, don't.
Well, Epstein's in heaven, so he can't. He's better than a priest. Allegedly, unless you see that photo from the side of his nose on the stretch, and you're like, "Hang on a minute, his proportions look off."
Yeah, it's why would I want to be president? It's so much easier to buy one. Easier,
but it only takes $250 million. $250 million. That's it. That's the going rate.
Your president's going rate for a bad.
Yeah, that's the going rate for a bad president. Just imagine how much a good president would cost.
The U.S. president's been Benjamin Netanyahu for 25 years.
Wow. That's pretty much, yeah.
Let's get a black one in. They'll never know.
Oh, that's an interesting idea. Anyway, what the hell were we talking about? I forget now. What were we talking about? Something? Is it morning already?
I've watched
Time for
over the past 2 days to decompress. I watched 3 different comedians. I recorded 4 programs, but I only got to watch 3. And I got to recorded South Park, the new South Park.
That's what
I saw a clip. The White
I
House.
recorded it, and I was so tired when I put it in that as soon as the commercial hit, I fell asleep. And because I downloaded it from my on demand, it would let me fast forward through commercials. And every time I got to a commercial, I fell asleep. So I never saw it. I couldn't fast forward through the commercials. So I only got through the first 5 minutes. I'm going to try and watch it again. But
well, here's the thing I'm curious about with the South Park. And again, I've never been like a South Park watcher, so I don't care. But people are saying that it started out with they don't give a fuck. They have fuck you money. They're going to do whatever they want to do. But it turns out that, Paramount or whoever owns them, and they just approved that merger, they're saying this is the end of Matt and Trey's career. I think they got enough money.
It's not the end of their career.
It's not the end of their career. They've just been renewed for 5 years.
Yeah, but the company that bought them could just, merger.
But it's not. They would just go independent, right? They could make it all themselves. They could pay for it themselves. They don't need even to be on a TV channel. They can just put it on fucking a paywall or YouTube now.
Yeah. At some point, does it become? Maybe they were just saying is like that we're going to make this our last season anyway. We might as well fucking scorched earth it. But
they've done it from day one. They've never not gone after anybody and everybody.
Right.
But
at all times,
even against the corporation that they work for.
Sure.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Like
they didn't.
They did Comedy Central, didn't they?
Yeah,
sure I
don't think they held back against anybody.
Wow. See, I didn't know that because I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
You know what? I've not watched the new series in 10 years, and I need to catch up on those 10 years because I've seen the odd really good one, but I just know they've never really stopped keeping it high quality and keeping their targets absolutely. Anybody on any side of anything, if they get an idea about something, they'll do it.
I was just going to say,
and it's not generally, and also it's not just the low-hanging fruit. They grab for any fruit or any branch of that tree. Like some people that do like one of the things that annoyed me about comments that say, "I'm going to do an impersonation of Joe Biden," and they just fall down. It's like, okay, that's stupid because there are like 20 other comedians doing the exact same thing. If you really want to do it, do something creative. And South Park does creative stuff. Yeah, they'll have them fall down, but then they'll go in like the next 9-10 steps beyond that.
I was just gonna make a false assumption that boomers don't, but GD's a boomer.
I don't know what a boomer is.
King Mike is a boomer. South Park, because for me, just the format, the like stick figure type of animation stuff. I can't keep my attention on it. I just can't. It's just like
you're focusing on the wrong thing.
I know that. I know that. But I'm thinking that is a boomer shortcoming. But it's not because you and Mike are both boomers. I guess maybe it's just me.
I'm not a boomer. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I'm just.
Absolute classic episodes. The ginger episode where Cartman basically becomes a Hitler for ginger people. Then the one where he fucking was it Scott Tenorman's parents must die or Scott Tenorman must die. He makes his enemy eat his own parents in a chili.
Wow. The only thing I really remember is like in the 90s, I think it was late 90s. Somebody sent me a clip of Jesus and Santa Claus fighting, and Santa Claus was pulling Jesus's hair. Or something like that. They probably do that. Like they've probably done like 8 or 9 or 10 different versions.
They did South Park the movie was after like 2 years. They made a fantastic movie.
Yeah,
and then
and their Christmas specials like Merry fucking Christmas, Mr. Hindu. It's like it's.
I think they've depicted the Prophet Muhammad as well. And I think there's many other people that have got away with doing that.
Yeah, and Mike's talking about the animation because I watched that just a little bit that was on Twitter yesterday, and it seems to me that could be automated now.
Well, it's way more computerized. At first, it wasn't, but the technology's got better and better. It's really fast, and yeah, they keep. It takes Simpsons fucking 6 months to make an episode, or however long it is.
Wow!
And they never really were able to catch. It's always been good, but South Park was always able to get something that's in the news now and spend a week making it and put it out the next week.
And especially since the computer is just basically trying to mimic the paper versions that they made. You know, so the computer's not trying maybe to make it a little more 3D.
They still got to write and perform the script, and it's super impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know what? They probably have enough money that they could just tell Comedy Central to go fuck themselves, right? But then where do they go? Do they go to BitChute?
Their true fans will follow them. Okay, your fans will follow them.
That's it. Put it behind a paywall. There'll be enough people that'll pay.
Yeah, a South Park OnlyFans or Patreon. That would be interesting.
But I think Trey. Was it Trey Parker? Is it Matt Stone and Trey Parker?
Yeah.
Okay. I think the two of them, not only that, they probably have enough people or like-minded creatives that they could put together their own channel, I guess.
Yeah. And why not, though? I mean, at this point, we really want... Oh, look at that.
But, you know, I don't think they're going to get... The company would be foolish to let them go. When they were on... Was it Comedy Central for a while? Nothing else good was on Comedy Central. The only thing they had that was good and original was South Park for years and years.
Yeah,
and years.
South Park and The Daily Show.
Yeah.
That's it.
Most of it was just gump.
Because after that, I mean, like, they play a movie called The Other Guys, and I think that's on there once a month. I love the movie The Other Guys, but I don't, you know, they don't have it. They have reruns of The Office, but I don't like that show. I think it's I don't watch The Office. I watch The Daily Show on Monday night, and the only reason why I stopped watching South Park was because the kids never got out of 4th grade for the longest time. You know?
Didn't they promote them one year?
Yeah, they went from 3rd grade to 4th grade,
right? Okay.
And that took like 11 years.
Yeah,
and they might be in 6th grade by now. You know, but I like the fact that they killed Kenny every episode somehow. I think there's one episode there's only one episode that Kenny didn't die.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at BitChute. Carl, you familiar with BitChute?
Yeah, there's some stuff I've never really been on there.
Not BitUtility. Not BitUte.
BitChute. Yeah, it's just like a.
We had we had the founder on last week. Apparently, he started the company in Manchester, and some UK censorship laws were pissing him off, so he shut it down and brought it.
I've literally just gone to the site, and it's unavailable in the UK. It sounded like I was going to cry. I'm not. I just haven't had a drink for a while. I mean, alcohol. Yeah, BitChute will be discontinuing its video service in the UK. Yeah, but we can get it's the internet. We can get anything if we really want it.
Right. He got censored out of the UK.
And he moved his company, like he picked up and moved to the U.S. I'm looking at it makes Alex Jones seem like a reasonable person to say. I mean, it is so schizophrenic and so off the charts. Like everybody battling to be as outrageous or just sensational as possible to get views, and then they end up with like this one is 1,000 views for like sensational stuff. Like if they were on YouTube, they'd be killing it.
Except for YouTube wouldn't show it.
Yeah, YouTube would censor it as well.
Yeah, Rumble too. Rumble is like that too. Rumble is very conspiratorial and crazy like that. And you know, people who were on YouTube got banned from YouTube go there, but then they see their numbers drop from millions.
But it still never took on. Rumble get behind their big creators. Like they'll get behind like Andrew Tate and you know the people who are going to get lots of eyes in and give them lots of money. But yeah, I tried Rumble for a while and I don't know, it's just a little odd. It's not really a good interface. YouTube's still the best one to use, but yeah, it is very choosy in its algorithm. And these other paywall sites or whatever, you've got to convince enough people to go over.
Yeah. Yeah. But, so we're still waiting to get. Here's the deal. I've said to him.
As we find such place.
Yeah, that's fine. I go for the live stream. It says, write us to enable live stream. I write the letter to the company, and then the tech comes back to me. We're short staff. We're working on it. Please send us your right YouTube channel link, because I had youtube.com/@minddog, and they wanted the actual long thread of that. Sent them that. This is 2 weeks ago. It's still not enabled yet. Like, how difficult it is just to turn on the button so we can live stream there. I can't promote you if I'm not on the platform and telling people, look, go there to find us now. So they're just dragging their feet on this. So I wrote to Ray yesterday, said, can you help with this? No response at all. It's like, this is not a way to, you come on here to help with promotion for it. You tell us.
And you've told him, you gave him a heads up. He says, look, I'm a fan of what you're trying to do. I will be an acolyte or whatever it was that you said you'd be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mouthpiece.
What did I say? I said evangelist. That's what I
said.
Yeah,
evangelist.
Yeah, I don't know why I got religious on him. But I do think the world needs I think we need a YouTube substitute, an alternative to YouTube.
Yeah. A monopoly is never good, right?
Right.
But it's tough to get in. Alphabet or Google, they're a tough fucking competitor, right? They got all this stuff 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And they don't play fair. They fight dirty.
You also have to have a good business model. You can't, I think, just attracting...
Well, it's expensive. The fucking servers you need to host that much video is expensive. It's crazy.
Exactly.
So you need to be able to get money in. You need to get advertisers in, and then you have to start censoring stuff.
Even Facebook has decided they can't store this stuff indefinitely. Like, what they're doing now is taking my live streams, and if they are 6 months old or 7 months old or something, they
and like they can delete all of my live streams. I don't care.
Yeah, it is extra view. If you add up all the views on those other channels, they do come up to a significant number. So I'm reluctant to take us off of those places. But
I'm just saying, I'm just saying mine, because I don't usually
I don't really use it right now.
I only use Facebook Live to promote a show that's actually going on. Like, and once that show is done, I don't need people to remind me that I did a show 8 years ago at a place or 5 years ago at a place. I don't care. Yeah. Delete it.
Yeah. I thought you did some stuff live on Facebook. We have your Facebook in here, right? Don't we? We're not. I'm
talking about I don't even. It's funny. I don't think that is.
The subject of mass video storage. I mean, God, with all these places that are storing video after video and a million uploads a day, a billion uploads a day, whatever the fuck they are. I mean, the country's going to turn into one big fucking giant hard drive at some point.
Well, AI is going to. They got a data center the size of Manhattan for Meta now building right in the desert in OpenAI. Building a huge city, pretty much. Obviously, X has got a massive fucking mini city being built. So the data centers for AI are going to be crazy. And
I posted a picture the other day from the 80s of them loading a 5 megabyte hard drive onto a truck, and it was as big as this room. 5 megabytes.
Well, I remember computers being like 200K.
Yeah. The big.
It's a Word document.
When they started, they were only 4K and 8K.
Yeah.
And then the Timex Sinclair made a 99K expansion module. And that was like the computer with the most memory because of the expansion module. Then we had a guy who locally made his own computer, and it was called the Beast, and it had 144K memory.
Ooh. Yeah. I remember PCs being called something like 387 and 487 because that's how much K they had. Like, as you come into the 90s and stuff, it's like, shit, things are getting real now.
Yeah.
Craig Johnson, what does CPM bitches mean? What is that?
Craig Johnson, show us your Johnson.
Good morning, Craig, out there in the desert. You know what? I want to go. You never hear people talk about this except Craig Johnson. The Epstein thing. He had a ranch, a huge piece of land out there.
I was thinking about this. Where was it? New Mexico.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I know about it, but I knew more about the Palm Beach, New York, and I was aware he had a ranch, but I couldn't remember where it was.
They
So,
never
yeah.
bring that up in all the
No.
stuff. And when that thing
No.
was.
Well, I think they knew there was stuff happening in Palm Beach and New York, right? But maybe they just no one reported stuff from that ranch. But yeah, there's going to be some shady shit going on there.
I would love to go out there with some cameras and just try to make trouble. I'm sure I'd get beat up, but that's fine.
We can probably get shot.
Oh, shot! I don't want to.
I'm sure he doesn't own it anymore, right? Didn't all his assets get like?
Yeah, Roy, New Mexico. The only property that was never raided.
Yeah,
that's you would think there's got to be some evidence somewhere in there, right? The guy was shady. I mean, and shady people don't.
So I listened to plenty of podcasts years ago, and one of the victims, a girl who said how she was groomed from a music school. They gave her a music scholarship and all that. Obviously, she had to go and massage Jeffrey in New York. And she said in one of the rooms there was banks and banks of CCTV monitors. For the bedrooms, bathroom, absolutely everything was there. Videos. None of that was ever talked about.
Did you hear what J.D. Vance said about because Pam Bondi said there were thousands of hours of videotape. And J.D. Vance in an interview, I think it was with Tucker Carlson,
he said it was just kiddie porn, right?
No, he said it was over-the-counter porn, like it was commercial porn. Like, why would you?
So, well, one of the other ones said it was kiddie porn at one point. I think it was Bondi.
Yeah, right.
Disgusting video child porn. Yeah, we don't want to see. I don't think people are demanding to see those videos.
Right.
You know, you don't have to show us the videos, but you can maybe a document.
Shows the credits at the end of the video.
Document saying there's a video of Bill Clinton in a dress fucking a fucking horse or something. You know, we want to see the goods.
That's the whole thing. Like, I hate to keep talking about this, but they're claiming Biden covered it up because of high-ranking Democrats on there. Every Democrat that I've talked to says, "Fuck it," no matter who's on there. I don't care if it's
right.
But the high-ranking ones hold the most weight, right? Especially, obviously, Bill Clinton was one of the biggest names in that fucking weird painting and the dress and the high heels and all that.
Okay, but why that comes to the bone? So let's just assume Biden, Obama, and Bill Clinton are training a 16, 14, 13, 12-year-old girl, whatever. They have that in evidence and on tape. Why would the Republicans not want to release that today?
Well, because the Republicans don't want to release it because there's people they like that are in it, and the Democrats don't want to release it because there's people they like in it.
Right.
So you're never going to get anything.
Congressperson Summer Lee, she's on the record as saying release it regardless of who it is.
Yeah, I'm sure there are some people, but you need enough of them to say we all want this, right? Or enough of us want this.
She's one of the ones that sponsored the bill that what's his face, Mike Johnson, put the kibosh on by getting rid of everybody early.
Right.
So they have the majority of Congress wants it all out there regardless.
The problem with it is, it doesn't matter what you release. People will never believe that's everything.
Johnson has already started saying and coming out with, well, we think Biden altered this stuff. Now, if Biden altered this stuff to make Trump why wouldn't he release it?
I think that's bullshit as well. It's bullshit. Release as much as you can, but whatever comes out, and I think some things will come out, and I think the Wall Street Journal have probably got another story next week. They did 2 in a row, right? I think there'll be another one, but whatever comes out, if 10,000 documents come out and there's like, oh shit, some shit went down, there'll always be some stuff you think, is there more? Are there ties to weird agencies?
Yeah. So I'm going to come back to, and I know this is going to be very, people are going to get angry. Louis C.K.'s joke seems to be.
I am angry now. Why'd you even mention him? I was having such a good day.
Because his joke seems to make so much sense like that. First, about kiddie porn and people who are into, and kiddie diddling. People who are into that. It seems to be like there's no escaping it. There's a lot of people who are just into that, and it must be like it must
be amazing, right?
It must be because they're willing to take that chance. Knowing
it's a great bit.
Yeah,
the villagers are going to be there with the torches. They'll literally kill you and put you in prison forever, and people still do it. It must be amazing. I think that was something like the bit.
But I feel like we're never going to get to they're never going to come to the open and honest resolution to this whole thing.
No.
And it's an admission that the United States, at least, and it's probably probably in the
Well, the
entire
Epstein
world.
thing was global. They were doing stuff here. One of our fucking royal family was in it. They were having parties in London. That's where the photo of Prince Andrew came in his apartment in London with Ghislaine and all that. And the Virginia Giuffre, who recently died as well, killed herself, right?
Thailand forever has been associated with a place where rich people go to fuck kids.
Well, I remember, like, I don't remember the news stories in 2009 when he was arrested and all that stuff, right? I don't remember those news stories, but to be honest, I got it from Alex Jones in like 2012, right? That's where I got it from. But
Alex Jones claimed he was the original source, but he
Broken Clock and all that. I was like, wow. And for years, I would talk about this fucking island where people would go and fuck kids, and everyone's going, "You're crazy.
Yeah,
you're crazy." And then in 2019, I think, when they arrested him, it's like, oh shit, actually, it's kind of real. But I know people that think that's as far as it is. Netflix put a documentary out. It was very good, actually, but it kind of whitewashed a lot of that other stuff. It was just kind of like, oh, Epstein was the bad guy. Ghislaine was helping him. Nothing else to see. Don't worry about anything else. Dershowitz was even interviewed on there going, well, I didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, Dershowitz, who kept his underwear on while he
up to his fucking neck in it, I would suggest. And the whole Wexner thing, and they were Robert Maxwell was I'm going to sound like Alex Jones here, but Maxwell was involved in smuggling weapons all over to Iran, to Israel, and there was an embargo for that as well. And the Epstein was apparently working in that group in the 80s as well.
Yeah.
Weapons and things being moved around for the Pentagon, for the CIA, and all that kind of stuff. So it's a murky world. There's definitely something else to it. But even without all that extra shit, if they're sex trafficking, who are they sex trafficking to? You know, it's just not. They weren't for the consumption of Jeffrey Epstein. Some of them were. Maybe all of them.
Dominican Republic. What are you doing in the Dominican? You're not
Dominican Republic.
Sounds
like he's recruiting comedians.
I hope you're on a beach. I hope you're on a beach, Laptel Squad, in the Dominican.
Are you at Mirage? Mirage is the only, but because I know people, you know, Chevalier goes to Dominican twice a year, but the people I know who go to Dominican say you can go to the resort, you can't leave the resorts. It's dangerous to leave the resorts. People. I would be breaking that rule really quick. I mean, if you tell me it's dangerous.
Yeah, you hear that. I mean, I would probably do it as well. You hear it in Jamaica and places like that. But yeah, and there's going to be some people that are going to get shot and raped and murdered immediately, but probably not most people that do it. Not that most people would leave.
Yeah.
But they're poor countries, and they ship much richer white people in to, you know, enjoy themselves. And there are going to be some people that fucking hate that have no money and no food.
It's kind of like a safari where they import the white people and they stay inside. You must stay inside the preserve. You go outside, the animals will get you.
Yeah. I'm glad you call them animals. I could never get away with it.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't call them animals. That's why I said it's like being at a preserve. You see, I didn't call the Dominicans.
It depends what type of animal. If you call them all like rhinoceros, it's probably not as offensive.
Lions, tigers, bears, and Dominicans. Oh my! I'm sorry. That was terrible of me.
And that's why you'll never be doing shows. Well, I shouldn't say never, but because they could invite you down to do a show just to get you into the country. But you wouldn't be back. I'm
doing a one-on-one show for Tim Dillon's mother today.
What, in heaven?
No, I think she's still alive.
She died about 2 years ago.
Really?
Come on, yeah. Have you been calling a strange woman?
Yeah, because hold on. This is really unusual because this is in his hometown. And I know he talked about his mother being in a nursing home in his hometown.
she had like psychosis, and she was elderly, and
the woman has it right on her door because it's door to door.
It's the wrong Dillon.
Mrs. Dillon, Dillon.
You've been sniffing her panties, man. I don't know whether it was 2 years ago. It may have been a year ago, but he was quite open about it at the time. He's like, "Yeah, I went to the funeral." And
I thought he was on the outs with his mother. I thought she wasn't talking.
Yeah, I don't think they were close, but you know, still your mother.
I'll find out today. Maybe she's no longer there. I haven't been there in a while.
Or maybe she's just some old people are just fucking liars, you know?
Yeah, but they don't put the sign on their door. They can't even get out of bed. That's why they're getting me to
Right.
come to their room.
Some people are in there going, I did not kill and rape 113-year-olds in Vietnam. I did not do that.
Yeah. Here for a nephew's wedding. You got a nephew getting married in the Dominican. Must be some. I don't think
I can't do comedy here. My
Spanish.
Spanish is not great.
I think it's French, right? Because they're tied to Haiti. They're like Dominican and Haiti are like one rock and split in half.
Just do like slapstick comedy. I'm sure that will probably still be. Just do slapstick and they say cerveza every like 5 seconds. They'll probably get it.
Yeah, but I'm not sure they speak French.
Epa.
I thought it was French, but he should know better than me. He's there.
Well, it's split down the middle, so I think Haiti is French speaking, and the Dominican
The shithole.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is Dominican and Haiti. Yeah, Haiti's the one where they have cannibals.
Carl, are you aware that Stanhope, your best buddy Doug Stanhope, has released something called the found footage of Mitch Hedberg's pilot for MTV?
I was not aware. I knew he'd put something out, but I don't read.
So I got in contact with him to ask, because it said I did some research on this. Mitch he had been signed to Fox for a production deal, like a pre-production deal, basically to do a pilot in 1999. This thing came out in 2001, and on the bit it says for MTV, and it seems to be much more edited as a MTV thing, but it looks like it was shot on VHS also, which is like a homemade demo for it. But he was calling it lost footage, and I said, well, where was it? He didn't have any information other than it seemed to be for MTV. Was it the Fox thing got canceled, and like who found it? Where was?
So maybe he chopped it to MTV and they never put it out, kind of thing.
Yeah, but it is really interesting from a couple of different perspectives to see the people he brought with him on this mini tour of California.
I'll check it out.
Stanhope is in it. It's on his YouTube channel.
Has Stanhope got the mullet at this point? Has he got long hair?
A full head of hair.
Yeah.
You don't see the mullet, but he's doing a little bit part where he's kind of like in it towards the end. But he didn't seem to know anything about it other than it seemed to be for MTV. Now, why didn't MTV pick this up? Because at the time, if you recall, Hedberg was there was Time magazine saying he was the next Seinfeld and all this stuff, and I was thinking, even though
when did he die? What year did he die?
It's 2005, like 4 years.
Oh, okay, so 5. I always thought it was earlier.
Yeah,
fair play.
So, but even looking at the thing, he's in his mid-30s at this point, and for MTV, I'm like, for Hedberg fans, it's gold. But for kids at the time in 2001, and it was November 2001, 5 weeks after or 6 weeks after 9/11 or something. It's a weird time, but I don't see it as appealing to the MTV crowd, the 19, 20-year-olds, whatever. It was more for 35-year-olds.
Well, MTV got weird because they had a lot of young stuff. Was Tom Green on MTV?
Yeah.
For a while, but it changed. I mean, that was before really the internet took over. 01. You didn't really have social media or YouTube, but MTV went very weird towards the end.
Yeah,
they weren't really, because it used to be just fucking music videos and a bit of comedy, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised because there are a lot. Hedberg has a bit of a cult following. People who just like put him on this pedestal of but
the TV networks and stuff make weird decisions and different decisions at different times. That you could give them something one day and there'd be no fucking way. You give it a month later and they're like, just what we need.
Yeah.
It also could have been because now I don't know how bad Hedberg's problem was with drugs and alcohol at the time, but like you think about, because I'm thinking about Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor was like a hot commodity, and then people said, well, let's use him. And then they try to get a hold of him. And it's like, well, half the time he was fucked up and stoned. And it's like, well, we can't work with him. You know, like even at the time.
That's an enigma to me about this special, because obviously, and this is from all accounts, even Lynn, that his problems were with the heroin and the drinking were really bad at the time. But in the footage, and this is from the green room and all the stuff, and even in the room with his opening act on stage, he seems dead cold sober. I mean, completely sober. It's a Mitch Hedberg being able to make eye contact, look in the camera, talk to people like a normal person. This is a Mitch Hedberg that very few people, unless you were in his inner circle.
Yeah, so
I see.
that may have been methadone Mitch Hedberg. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I've just brought it up just now. I'll check it out. It looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
So it's like 26 minutes.
Yeah.
So maybe they caught him like, okay, he doing one of his stints doing rehab or something, and he was like off the heroin. And
it could have been that, or it could have been business. Why? It could have just been commercially they didn't want to do it, or there was a disagreement with money, or any reason something won't get made or picked up.
Yeah, lots of that stuff.
Because if it's a moneymaker, to be honest, if they could make money off of it, Bill Cosby would have another show.
But what I am surprised about now is because maybe it's just because I have more comedians in my life than normal people at this point. But there are so many people that are like hold Hedberg in this, and because he died young, but this level of legends and stuff. But that video's got it because the algorithm isn't picking up on it or whatever. It doesn't have the kind of views you would expect based on
maybe because he wasn't performing. There's that possum guy performing. Was it the possum guy performing?
It wasn't just a possum guy. Mitch, there's plenty of Mitch in there doing his stuff that everybody knows. It's like not new material. It's like I bought a 2-bedroom house, but it's my whatever. It's up to me to decide how many bedrooms the house has. That kind of
it's got like 80,000 views, but it's only been up a month, and who knows?
It should have 2 million based on the people I talk to. Maybe I just talk.
Yeah, but a lot of those videos with millions of views have been on YouTube for 20 years as well.
Yeah,
like people will find it. If the algorithm doesn't push it out, but still not nothing, is it? I'll give it a watch. I'll be 78,001 later.
I was surprised that Stanhope. That he even responded.
You're thinking of his agent.
I'm thinking the Jews run everything.
Steinberg.
But he responded to me. He would respond to you in a heartbeat. This is the deal. Stanhope loves you. He hates me. But if it not for him, I wouldn't even know you.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't have gone and see him if it wasn't for being on that show. If Andy hadn't got cancer, how happy I am that Andrew's got ass cancer. For years he was in pain and treatment.
Yeah.
Because without that, I wouldn't have gone to that show and met those guys. But yeah. And he's probably forgotten who I am at this point. I've not been out there for 18 months, so.
I almost made a joke about that. Like Stanhope doesn't get in touch with me unless one of his close friends get cancer, and who can I wish cancer on now?
He gets you know what it's like. He gets a lot of people harassing him all the time.
I know. He thinks I'm going to show up at his house.
And then some people will get closer to him, and then they'll get obsessed and start being too much. Yeah. Which he also gets.
Matt, since I don't give a shit about Stanhope, maybe I should reach out to him because he knows I'm not going to stalk him because I don't even really. I don't know what he looks like.
I think he thinks anybody who talks to him is going to stalk him. I think he.
But he's had a lot of crazies show up at his fucking house on a Sunday afternoon.
That's what he gets for putting his home address on.
That's his address out to his obsessive fans. That's true.
I mean, I don't even have any fans, and if I posted my address, somebody would show up. All of a sudden, they're a fan.
The thing is, Bisbee isn't easy to get to. You've got to get to Arizona, then you've got to drive to the border, right? If he lived in New York, he would have been shot by now.
That's
like someone would have found him and killed him.
Yeah, that's the only reason I'm not going to Vegas. I would go there to hang with Andy, but I don't want Stanhope thinking I'm like some kind of fucking.
I don't think you would. Just don't film him.
Yeah,
maybe.
Oh yeah, that was. But everything in my life is about getting content right now. I take cameras with me everywhere I go, and I think
that's true. I've seen more footage of him in the bathroom feeding deer from the window than I care to think about.
That is true.
He's sitting on the toilet throwing apples out the deer and then saying, "And here's a turd." No.
What are we talking now? Are you 65 now, Mind Dog?
I'm going to be 66 in 6 weeks.
Fuck! I need to come out because look, the clock's
before
ticking.
You die. Fuck! I need to come out before you die.
There's no guarantee I'm going to make it to 66, but that's why I'm calling myself 66, even though I'm not yet. Because if God forbid I die today, I want people to remember me as a 66-year-old, not a 65.
That'll be 3 years since I came out in like March, February. Wow. 3 years.
You
And
didn't even
Kat,
come visit. You didn't visit me 3 years ago when we didn't know each other. You
I
bastard.
did not know you well enough to visit you 3 years ago. But if I can go to that coast, I will move around,
You bastard.
do some comedy.
You
and
selfish bastard.
Kat, who
I
was
am.
part of that weekend thing when you were here, she was in a musical thing with me. We were partners. I haven't heard from her. She like disappeared. Now I'm finding her. She became a keyboard player like overnight.
Yeah, Kat likes to disappear for long periods of time. I found.
Yeah.
She quit Twitter as well, and then became a keyboard player. She put the guitar down. She's in Brett Brock's Discord. If you need to get down with the kids and sign up to his Discord, she's in there talking all day and all night when she's drinking.
Brett Brock has a Discord. I did not know that.
That's why he's come off of all social media and he just has his own Discord and they speak to the same people all day, every day.
Oh.
I find it infuriating. I had to, not Brett's thing, but I had to stop notifications. I can't be getting notified every time the same person says something. Or
I think boomers have a natural allergic reaction to Discord. I don't know how.
Well, it's very confusing at first. It's a confusing platform at first, but when you know it and you know it's someone's channel, and then he's got all these separate ones to talk about different things like booze, comedy.
I was in a Discord group for film, and Rockville Film Institute (RFI), and I didn't like the I didn't like the format. I just didn't.
You're a boomer. See, that proves you're a boomer.
No, it wasn't just me. It was other people.
Now we have
there were people in the group.
Your Honor, I would
there were
like
people
to,
in the group
introduce
half
into
my
evidence
age.
A statement about him not liking Discord. There you go.
There were people in the group half my age who didn't like Discord.
Oh, well,
So,
it's just a live group chat.
Yeah,
that anyone with a link can join, basically.
right. And I think it's just the fact that it was just. I guess it's just the extra steps that you have to take and stuff like that. It's like I don't want where they had like a group chat on with texting. Why do we need Discord? That kind of thing.
Oh.
I mean, Discord is just more like real time, I suppose.
Yeah, and you can live stream movies and that kind of stuff and watch movies together.
Yeah, and that's not what we were doing. We were actually just discussing scripts and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was part of a music thing, Discord, where should I play Discord? No, play Discord.
That's probably why I can't find anything. Fuck.
A
lot of the stuff we discussed was on Discord, which means I was trying to find some of my old scripts that I wrote for RFI, because RFI disbanded and they never finished making, like the one that they was working on. They didn't finish making my stuff, and so I'm like, fuck, I can't find my script ideas. I'm like, where are they? They're probably in Discord because they're not in my computer. I can't find them in any of the chat rooms. Discord was the last place. Motherfucker.
Wow.
You need to start using the cloud so it can get hacked of all your everything. If you want to hack my cloud, everything's in the fucking cloud. You can take everything from me. You can take passwords, ideas, bits, everything's in there. So I can't remember all these different passwords. It's in one place.
I had a sitcom that we were working on making. And I really liked it. Everybody liked that, the whole concept. And I said, I can't find it. I'm really too lazy to want to start over. I really don't want to start over.
Yeah. Starting over.
I hate it because I was at the detail stage, not the idea stage, but writing the scripts and stuff like that. That's hard work. That's where the hard work is. It's easy for me to come up with ideas. The hard work is getting the details and the nitty-gritty of the scenes and the dialogue. And I don't want to start over.
The comic that's now on the outs because he lied about everything. I wanted to make a web series with him for 3 years. I had the ideas and everything, and then he stole from everyone. But the main thing, I was angry that he pretended to be Jewish for years because we were just non-stop Holocaust jokes for him,
Right.
All the time, just attacking his Judaism, and then it turns out he wasn't even Jewish. What a waste of energy.
And jokes.
Yeah. He demanded he have a birthday roast of himself. We hired a room. We did it with a fucking dais and the chairs. We roasted him. I got a little drunk and said some weird stuff. It's fine. But he did all that. He was for himself, and then it turns out he wasn't even Jewish, and it was all a lie. He was lying. There was just so much. He was stealing from women that had lost babies and had charity collections, and
wow.
Probably tens of thousands of pounds from comedians.
I would love to see. I just don't ever have the creativity to come up with a good scam like that. I would like
Well,
that.
we
To
knew
be
him for years. I've known him since 2018. Honestly.
Yeah, I would love to have it. I would like that to be my legacy. Going out, the guy who scammed millions of dollars for a charity and used the money on fucking hookers and blow. Not that
It was cocaine. There was a lot of cocaine involved.
I don't really like blow anymore. I mean, I did 40
Yeah,
years ago.
it's not good for my mind when it's presented to me sometimes, but it's not good for my mind. I know people that are far too old to be taking it that are still doing it every time they go out.
I'm so tempted to buy Cheech and Chong's psilocybin gummies. The problem I always had with psilocybin mushrooms,
Psilocybin gummies.
yeah, psilocybin gummies, yeah, trippy gummies. But psilocybin, if you take the mushrooms, they can last for like way too long, and it's just like, okay, I want to get off the.
But wouldn't an edible last for like hours?
Yeah.
Or is it different to the weed?
I don't know. But I am definitely tempted to try these psilocybin gummies. But I thought like, yeah, that's a young man's game. They doing mushrooms and LSD and all that stuff. But now
I think mushrooms are probably fine. It depends. Just don't take too many. Like, do a bit of research.
I think I was 30 the last time I did mushrooms. A friend who was the drummer in the band, his kid was born. And we were on a gig and he could not go to the hospital. So he went home. He had this bag full of mushrooms. He was waiting to celebrate his first child's birth. And we ate the whole bag and we were all just tripping on stage to the point where we were so loud. Everybody ran out of the room, including the bartender, like ran out holding their.
I'm not really a mushroom in a social setting guy. I want to be in someone's fucking house.
Yeah.
Or maybe by a campfire. It just seems insane to me to want to do that in a bar.
Yeah.
Or like at a show, but I know people that do it, so different things.
Last time I did LSD was at a Stevie Ray Vaughan concert at the Schaefer Pier in New York City, and everybody was doing acid, and I was like, I'm older now. I'm almost 30 years old. It was in the 80s, like 80. I want to say 86, maybe 87, something like that. And the next day, my father-in-law was taking me to a Met game with my son, who was like a newborn. He was one or two, and I was still fucking tripping my balls off. And it was Tom Seaver Day at Shea Stadium, and they're having all the ceremony. And I'm like, I don't know if you've ever done LSD to the point where you can't even remember how to talk, and things happen to you. Like, well, this is all. And I'm there
with weed and booze.
Yeah, it was not a pleasant experience, and it was one of those things where I really wanted to stop now. I took it last night. I'm still tripping my balls off the next day. Can it please stop? And that's my concern about the gummies. Like, if they're like, weed gummies will last me maybe 3-4 hours or something, not 24 hours. And that's just too much. Anyway, Spanish Haiti. Wait. DR more.
Dominican
Spanish,
Republic
Haiti
is more
French.
Espanol.
Yeah. Somebody
Haiti
just posted a thing from Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. One of my friends is there now at the Mirage. I brought it up before. So it's the time of year when people go. It's actually cooler there than it is here because of the ocean breeze.
The only time my dad took a long trip was to the Dominican Republic, and he got the shits, I would call it technically, medically, for the entire time, and he's never got on a plane since.
Wow.
But he did bring back some nice rum.
Yeah.
It was worth the shits.
Yeah, I mean, it put him off traveling for life, which is a shame. But
white Hennessy. Is that where you can get? Can you get white Hennessy there? If you're listening, Mr. Tail, can you get white Hennessy there? If you can, get me a bottle and I'll get it. I'll reimburse you for it. I'll buy it from you.
I like a Roman.
Wow.
So, there was. Yesterday, someone was trying to get a hold of the Reverend. They wanted to talk to the Reverend about there's an insult show called Earn or Burn, and basically it's just roast battles, but they want the Reverend to be on it. It's streamed out of New York, called Earn or Burn. They want the Reverend to roast people on there.
Interesting. So you roast multiple people, or is it a battle with one person?
It's
or is it
one-on-one. Apparently it's one-on-one.
Are there rounds? You go through to a final, or is it just
a
round per night?
They sent a link. The Reverend's going to have to. Well, I'll probably check it out for the Reverend because Reverend's too busy to check out those things himself. But I'll check it out to see if it's worth him roasting somebody. I don't like roasting people. I
like a roast. I do like a roast once a year. I like a roast, especially with someone you know.
I want to be roasted, but no, unfortunately, I'm not worthy of a roast. I'm more of a fry guy.
We did it a little bit in the tribute video we made, Jamie and I made for the Christine Levine cancer thing. We started out really nice, and then we said we did a really nice video, and then afterwards we tried it live, but it was difficult, and Jamie was messing it up.
Yeah. Christine's doing very well, except for she's got a foot thing now. She broke her foot or something. They did.
Oh, like I said, she has a foot thing now. It's like
they reconstructed a foot, but I think they fucked up on the reconstruction part of it. So that's
that's bad. I have a friend of mine who's gone through that, and like every year she's getting something done to her foot now because you can't fuck up a foot because that all your weight goes on that thing.
Kind of important if you're gonna get around it all.
She lost a lot of weight after the cancer, right?
Lots.
Yeah. A lot healthier. Cancer often makes you healthier unless you die.
The question is this live? No, it's not live. This was recorded yesterday.
You might have been saying, "Is it live?" No.
Dead. Oh, this. Yeah. And I don't know if this is live.
Yeah. Now, what makes you think Brittany was real? Not because you said
because you're responding to it.
Bots can respond too, though, right? They can. That's what chatbots do. They respond like intelligently. That's what. So we don't know that, and we don't know that anybody's real. We don't even know that Slaptail's real. I knew this was pre-recorded.
Okay, so this is a bot then. Maybe.
Could be.
Yeah.
Host 2S.
I think that's Spanish.
Yeah. Bite my ass, he says. I think he spelled bite wrong. I'm real. Well, welcome, real. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice
welcome to you.
Kick is a weird. Who's on? Do you ever go on Kick, Carl?
No, I set up an account, and again, I knew one person that streamed on there, and it was just it was another one, and it was kind of funded in a weird way, like some weird crypto thing. It is another one of the things that try to. I think some people do well on it, but I think they're the people that just get paid to advertise it.
I'm just going to come back to this idea that we need an alternative to YouTube, but all these things it seem to be every time one pops up that seems to be have a chance.
Because it's really fucking difficult. Let's say you need a lot of money behind you, and you need a good way of getting income in that isn't. And if you want to go not against, you don't have to be completely crazy, but if you want to be not too censored. You need an income stream, either advertisers that can fund it enough or people that will pay.
No, nobody called you weird. Yeah. I think we called the platform weird.
No, host to us.
We don't know you to call you weird. We'd be happy to
call
you weird.
You're probably really nice.
Well, in a weird way.
Yeah.
It's not fair. Seems nice.
Especially with a nice Hispanic name like that, host to us.
Yeah. No, my mom was going to name me host to us, but then. He's like, yeah, it's not really.
It's not a family name. It's not Italian.
I'm only a guest myself, so don't really. You don't have to answer me. Host to S from Kick. Where are you from? You don't have to dox yourself. I'll dox myself.
I'm from Thailand, not Spain. So, where Americans go to buy 12-year-old girls and then hang themselves in the closet.
Also, for the culture and food, I would like to visit Thailand, but not to that town. I would like to go to eat some nice Thai food and to explore the culture and look at the geography. It's on my list to go.
War zone right now, like Thailand and Cambodia.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Right?
Is it? Yeah.
I got to look at my geography because I thought they were separated by enough water that they couldn't shoot each other.
No, they got land. It's Thailand, Cambodia, Laos are all.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to bring up the map now. Yeah, Cambodia's to the south of Thailand by land, and Vietnam's kind of in between those. You've got Laos to the north.
60 kilometers of war zone. Wow.
It's kind of like it's kind of like the TikTok wars, like Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Palestine. They're kind of the TikTok wars, right? We just watch it on TikTok. Blah, more babies.
Do we know? And I'm sure host too knows this. What the hell Cambodia and Thailand end up fighting over? Like, it can't be like a land dispute, right?
Do you know what? I'm ashamed to say I only saw the headline and just kept scrolling. It's a border dispute.
Border dispute. No, it is over land. That's so weird because it's been decided for I don't know, hundreds of years at least, right?
But sometimes these things are kind of not really decided, and there's resentment building for hundreds of years, and then one day goes, "Let's do something."
Do either one have like a real military force, like a legitimate military force? Because Cambodia was like protected by North Vietnam for a long time, right? They were, I don't know. They can't just talk about it. Something they just can't talk about it. Let's just good fences make good neighbors. Maybe they should. It's
probably going to be something that China forces a mediation in like a couple of weeks. It doesn't feel like it'll be something that'll go on for long. I'm the expert in geopolitics. Like the India Pakistan thing. Literally nobody cared. It's like, oh, they're at war. Okay.
Yeah, they both have nuclear power too, right? Both of those are nuclear.
Yeah, but that's why I never thought it would get that serious. So, like, they're just going to have a little fist fight at the border. But no, I hope you're safe post to us. It's not very pleasant being in a country that's at war. So I hope you're safe.
Weird to me.
I hope you win.
Yeah, to that experience, because I used to talk to the friends I had who lived in Israel, and they would talk about, the musicians, and they would talk about using the bomb shelters in their apartment buildings as rehearsal studios and stuff. Americans can't fathom the concept of like war being just down the road. Like,
and the only thing that happened was Israel did it. The only thing that happened was 9/11. It's like, oh wow, that can happen to us. But having rockets being thrown over, like Stanhope going to Ukraine when there's it's a live war zone. I've never experienced. I've been close to a border where there's a war, but I've not been in it.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, when we've been attacked in the past, they kept it under wraps. I mean, like in World War II, the Japanese floated a bunch of hot air balloons with bombs on them, and some of the bombs, well, the ones that did landed in like forest areas, and so there was no populated areas,
right?
And they didn't tell anybody really.
I'm ashamed to say yes. Are you guys from America?
They are Americans. I am British.
Yes.
And I am a United States citizen. I don't believe in calling it America because
G.D. Hussein Fenderson was born in Kenya.
I think we've officially changed the name to Napoland. At least by my account, it's called Napoland. If you look on the maps now, I'm asking Google to change to Napoland, but it is formerly known as America. The island, the continent formerly known as North America is now North Napoland.
The Gulf of Burrito.
Gulf of Napo. All right, I don't know. So you guys working this weekend? I got paint parties. I got to do a nursing home thing for. I thought Tim Dillon's mother. Obviously, somebody's
stolen her identity.
Oh, listen. There have been times, this is honest truth, I've done a performance, like the walk-around stuff that I'm doing today, for dead people and not knowing they were dead. So they're still in their bed. Nobody.
Not like a cool ghost that's come back and watched you for a while and then that was Uncle Thomas. He's been dead 5 years. It was just someone who died in a chair.
Yeah. So people do die. I one person I hate to death.
What? You mean like Chuck Mangione?
You know what? I know Chuck's sister-in-law, Christine Mangione. She was a nurse. She was like Nurse Ratshit when I was in the nut house. Nurse Mangione was in charge of the Rochester Strong Memorial Hospital in Rochester, New York. Great lady. He had a great family. Chuck, he was pretty young too, right? He was like 69, 70.
I was thinking 71. I'm thinking 71, but no, Hulk Hogan was 71. Chuck Mangione. I don't know.
You Hulkamaniacs.
Hulk. Yeah, that guy. He had a lot of weird shit going on. The Gorka people were happy to see him. Everybody who used to work for Gorka was.
Listen, he that generation of rest as well.
Chuck Mangione was 84.
Wow. Wow. So yeah, Chuck was older than I thought. Wow.
Wow.
And but he didn't have any other than "Feels So Good," right? He didn't have
That's
any.
and but I loved the guitar part in that song. I spent so much time learning it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
It's a really, really good guitar thing, and that
That
yeah.
and believe it or not, what that fucking song from Flashback that was out at that time? She's a maniac. There's a
Right.
really good guitar solo in that thing. That's those were the two that if you were going for union jobs or any music job, they would make you when you come to the audition learn "Feel So Good," the solo from "Feel So Good," and "Maniac," and those were your two. So every
So I wouldn't have gotten a gig because I Feel So Good.
that was Michael
I
Sambello
play,
who did the flashback thing. It was not.
but I never learned the flashback solo,
I would say the guitar part for
Flashdance
"Feel So
solo.
Good" was much more intricate.
I need
Oh
a guitar.
yeah.
I need a guitar. I haven't had a guitar for years, and I keep thinking I'm gonna buy one, and I just never get
Oh,
around to it.
I was this close to buying a bass the other day. I saw, and the thing is, I don't need a bass. I have a nice, perfectly good, fretless bass. But I was in the music store, and the woodwork on this bass was so nice. It was like a piece of artwork.
Because
And I
we're
was
not in
like,
a war zone.
and I was like, I said, no.
The question on the table is how is 71 young?
Because we're not at war.
Look at me. 90 is young.
Yeah, I'm 75 and feeling good.
Yeah, I mean, it's all relative, right? Of course, if you're in your 40s or 30s or 20s,
I think it's kind of young these days, right? I think 70 is a little early to go, unless you are Ozzy Osbourne. He should have gone in his 40s.
Yeah,
well, expected to go in his 40s.
Yeah,
yeah.
That whole lifespan thing, they should have like little subgenres of lifespan. Like if you're a musician or a comedian.
Well, they do have subgenres when it comes to countries and residents and things like that.
Wow.
You know,
they should do by profession, by what you do for your livelihood.
I agree. They also had it by race. If you're a black person, the life expectancy. Well, they had to modify it because they were factoring in like violent death and stuff. But if you got rid of if black people made it past like their 20s, then their average life expectancy was the same as the average professional
if they just
white
stop
person.
killing each other at 22, they'll live forever.
Yeah, that was like skewing. That was skewing the data. All the young black people dying. It's like, yeah, the average black person lives to be 50. It's like it's skewing the data. It's like, but what if we take out the gang violence and stuff? Oh, then they live to be 143. So
It's amazing.
I got to go get ready for a gig today, a Dead People gig. I'm going to be playing for Dead People today. Imagine doing comedy for Dead People.
I'm going to be working on scripts this weekend, and my wife and I are going to go see Fantastic Four on Sunday.
It just occurred to me that I said, imagine doing comedy for Dead People, and this is something GD can relate to because when his crowds might as well be dead for all the reaction he gets.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Did you know that GD, and this is completely serious, GD has the award, the worst comedy special in the history of comedy.
Okay, I thought that was Brendan Sharp. I thought that was Brenda Sharp, Gringo Pappy.
I didn't give him that award.
Who gave you that award?
This is the worst comedy special of all time.
Yes.
From who? What organization?
The podcast, the Blind Mike Project.
Okay. The Blind Mike Project.
The guy you had a podcast war with, right?
No, not a podcast war.
I'm not having a war with them.
And we never had a war with him. He actually, I think I'm consider him a friend.
Didn't he come on and talk to you guys? I kind of missed it. I saw some of it.
He came on and talked to us, and when then about a week later, I was being called a liar and a fraud on their show.
Well, here's what really happened. He He came away.
What do
with
you mean?
the
What really happened? Like,
I'm
did I
no,
misrepresent?
no. He didn't call you a liar. He called you two-faced, but that's a whole different thing. He came across with the impression because GD was saying that his wife was he was laughing so loud that he woke his wife up. And he was watching Blind Mike's project, and he was laughing so loud that he woke his wife up. And Mike stopped him right there and said, "Oh, thank you. You're buttering me up. You're complimenting." And he didn't let GD finish to say, "I was laughing at how stupid your chat room was being." But so GD never got to say that. So he left the program thinking GD actually likes me. He thinks I'm funny, which is not what he was saying because he never let him finish. And then he went back and then saw our program a couple of days later where GD did finish that statement and say, "I was laughing at how stupid their chat room was." And then he accused GD of being two-faced when the fact is he never let GD finish what he was saying to know what he was going to say. That's what it was. So it's not like a war.
One-faced.
Miscommunication is what it was.
So it sounds like a little high school drama.
Half-faced, because the face was incomplete.
Yeah. All right. So basically, he does review a lot of comedians from big name guys to small name guys, and he got a hold of GD's special and analyzed all 90 minutes of it, 30 seconds at a time. Like, oh, let's listen to
90
this
minutes.
Stop. And like,
technically, it's 2 hours and 8 minutes. 2 hours and 8 minutes, but
see, and he did more 90, and he's still doing 90 minutes. He did a 90-minute show the other night. He thinks 90 minutes is like standard for comedy,
right?
Normally.
And there was a comedian the other night on HBO. His name is Alex Edelman. I just learned his name. I may have seen it somewhere before, but I saw he had a night. The only reason why I watched it because he did a 90-minute show, and I said, okay, I want to see it. Because the other three comedy specials were all like 40-something minutes, 48 minutes, or it says like it's like an hour time slot, but it was like 40-something minutes, 48 minutes, something like that. But his was 90 minutes. He did a 90-minute special, so I watched it. I wanted to see how, and I thought he was autistic, and he ran around a lot. You could tell he was on the spectrum. You could tell.
There's a lot of spectrum in comedy. I'm noticing it more and more.
Yeah, you could tell. I mean, the mannerisms, the way he spoke, the way he couldn't sit still, he was running around. And he basically told one story for 90 minutes. One story for 90 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would leave.
Is it good?
I would leave.
He did a lot of act outs. I mean, there are a lot of places where I would have inserted something to move it along a little bit better. But I think it's because of his makeup, his mental makeup, that he couldn't change what actually happened.
He to tell you everything.
Yeah,
literally. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think happened. I think because of but he could do some of the things he was doing in a funny way. But I don't think he could I don't think he could have changed his routine at all. I don't think he could, if I tell a story and the story is 10 minutes, it may wind up being 11 or 12 minutes because I will insert things. If the story is absolutely necessary to tell like that, then I will insert things to help move it along. And I don't think he inserted anything to move it along. He just told the story for 90 minutes.
You know what?
Okay, it was 3 stories he intertwined for 90 minutes.
Whenever I hear you talking about inserting things, I'm thinking, you know what? I'm glad you got ass raped in fucking prison. You're a fucking dick.
At least you're leaning into it.
Yeah. Oh, whatever. Let it insert.
GD, I also want to see Fantastic Four. I want to go and see F1 as well, and I want to go and see Superman as well.
Yeah, I want to see Superman as well, and that's my wife and I was torn between. But the only reason I want to see Fantastic Four, the only reason I'm leaning on because it's been out longer. And so if we go on Sunday, we'll probably be like one of 3 people in the audience.
I think it's been out less time here. I think it came out last week here. I think we got it later.
Okay, I think it's been out 2 weeks. But I like it when I'm like the only person in the audience.
Me too. Yeah,
it feels like a private screening.
I love a 2 p.m. on a Tuesday show or something. You can just sit in there. Maybe there's a couple of other people, but I don't like the crowds in there.
How the fuck are these movie houses staying in business? I mean,
they have no staff here, right? There's one member of staff at the top of the stairs, and he scans everyone's tickets. And maybe someone working concessions.
I get it. Everything is like an automated teller or automated get your drink.
I buy tickets on the app, and you scan them when you go in, and that's it.
Yeah, we pick our seats and we pick the seats where we want to sit.
Not that I would do it, but it does seem easier now. I could probably come out of one screen and go into another because there's just no fucking staff there
I
hanging
understand
around.
this, but understand that even without a staff, the overhead on the building and power and all that stuff is more than, especially if you're only getting 1 or 2 people in a theater.
Yeah, but I think they are. I think it fluctuates, right? So when you get a big movie, you're going to have 2 weeks of it full. And then you get some daytime showings where it's tough to keep open. I think some are closing.
Yeah,
but
there are, and also once a movie's been up for a week or 2, I generally pick like an odd time to go see it. So it'd be like the first showing on a Sunday when people are still just getting out of church or something. Or
I pick my seats online, I like a big space around me. I don't want to be in front of someone. I don't want to be behind someone.
Right. I like to be eye level with the screen. That's what I like. I like to be eye level with the screen. I don't want to do this.
They invested all this money into making these places like a living room, like you could fall asleep in these chairs. They're so big and comfortable.
Right.
So I mean, they're investing money and not bringing in more people. I don't know.
There was 2 problems with it. One thing, movies. If they stop making bad movies, people. If you make,
I think they're probably being kept open by kids' movies as well because if they release a fucking Disney thing. All the kids are going to be going for weeks and weeks and weeks, right?
And also the parents also have to go in.
You got to buy the merch. You got to buy them a fucking cup and a Snow White thing, and I think they survive from those fluctuations. But I love the cinema movie theater. I still love it. I love
Carl, if you go see the Fantastic Four movie, are you going to order the Galactus popcorn bucket as a souvenir?
You know what I do to help the deaf? I go to the store before and buy shit elsewhere and sneak it into my pockets.
Oh, okay. Because I'm thinking, I don't know. I have to wait to see how big the bucket is and how much it costs.
If I go with the female, we'll get popcorn. But alone, I like to get a little thing of chocolate and maybe some candy. And I'm a little weird.
My wife and I are going together, so we'll get popcorn. And I'll get my nachos or the cheese pretzels.
Yeah, well, see, if you buy that kind of food here, the nachos are fucking disgusting. I saw a movie in Tucson. It was phenomenal food. Obesity, I love it. I had a tray of really good nachos in the cinema.
Oh, here, what I get is you get like it's like a bag of Doritos that they warm up. You get bags of warm Doritos or tortilla chips, and then they open up the chips and they pour it in
cheese and shit in there. Yeah,
and it's like a cup of cheese dip or something that you.
That kind of work for me, I think.
It works for me only because I'm not expecting real food.
Yeah,
I mean, I would never make a nacho like that at my house. When my wife not make nachos. You're talking like almost $100 of the ingredients. We got the peppers.
Okay, well, I'll be round in the spring.
Homemade nachos. Holy fucking fuckity fuck! I never. It's a new concept to me. Wait, once in my life I had somebody make homemade potato chips, and that was like blew my mind. Wait a minute,
I do that.
Potato chips. Yeah.
But since I've been diabetic, I have not, because carbohydrates really stick with me too long. But before then, I would like take, because my wife doesn't like the skin on the potatoes, but I do like the skin of the potatoes. I like
skin on because I'm fucking lazy. So I'm just chopping that bitch and cooking it. I'm not.
Well, so I would skin the potatoes and from the potato skins, I would the chips, deep fry the potato skins.
That's interesting.
And the chicken skin, I love fried chicken skin as well.
It's time to wrap this up. I just want to say to people, on Monday, our scheduled guests are Ghislaine Maxwell and Prince Andrew.
See you there.
But in case there is no show on Monday, here's what happened. I'm going to try to get away with calling my wife the female this weekend and see if I don't make it to Monday.
Well, she's not here. That's why I can get away with it.
I know.
Now go and watch the Ghislaine Maxwell documentary on Filthy Rich, I think, on Netflix. Listen, when she was at university, when she was at college, man, she was tasty. I would have got involved in whatever she told me.
So you get a hard.
I would have driven the van.
You get a hard on by Scott Baio.
Yeah, I can see that because I look at her and say she reminds me of people that I used to know.
She was just kind of like charming and young and tits, and I would have got involved. Is all I'm saying.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
She looks like a guy. That short hair.
She looked when she was like 20. Different.
Oh, okay. You know what? I'll take your word for it.
Right.
But so they'll be our guests on Monday, unless I'm not here. And then if I'm not here, they'll still be our guests. DD will just manhandle them. He will be rude to them and he'll tell them, you know what? I'm glad.
No, that's not my style. That's
So
not my
instead
style.
you would say,
Get the fuck off my program, you dick face asshole.
You want to be raped?
That's not my style.
Or should I throw you out?
I would probably say like Baba too. Was it Baba? Now I can't remember how I said it. I haven't said it in so long. I don't know how to say it. Baba. Fu Manchu. No, Baba.
The lady from LinkedIn who asked to be on the program, who watched the Matt Melvin interview, she was he triggered me into name calling. It's like, no, if you watched the program for a week before that, I had announced that I had planned on calling them those names. It was part of the plan. Maybe I got there sooner than I would have, but if you know me, you know that was always part of the plan. I was saying this guy's going to come on the show and I'm going to fucking rip into him and just call him. And then he gave me a reason to. So, but she did say, it's weird because she heard me say, I'm glad you got ass raped in prison, you fucking dick, and whatever, and get off my.
I think that's what everyone, when you put that specific clip out, that's what anyone that watched that would think. It's like, well, this seems.
But she saw that and she said she still admires my integrity. Like, what? I was that. I don't know. To me, it's like, well, I don't know. It's a mixed messaging. It sounds like you're encouraging more bad behavior on my part. And that's who I am. I'm the guy who says your mother's a skank whore and get off the program. I'm glad you got ass raped. There's a whole new level of insult.
Now, I'm just out of curiosity. Do you think that Imus would have stooped to that, or do you think no? Because I know you're like an Imus idolater. Is that what it is called?
Yeah, I must see. Here's the thing. People knew who Imus was. If you were going to be like arguing with him, you wouldn't ever go on his program. If you knew that you didn't like him, and they would know the program. And that's why I asked this kid, do you even know who I am? You know you're coming on this program. Did you check out who I am and understand what you're getting yourself into? Nobody would have ever done that to Imus. But yes, I think if in case somebody ever started like shit with him and was just like completely contrary to all the things he believed in, he would have done that, but he wouldn't have called him a fucking dick. He would have, because he didn't use the F word a lot. I never heard him use, but he would have found a way to do it that was more articulate than me saying, "I'm glad you got ass raped in prison, you fucking dick." I think that was a little far even for Imus, but I do think he would have ripped the guy a new one. Sure.
Okay. All right. I was just curious, because I remember Imus, and I really wasn't much of a fan. I think I just didn't like the way he looked, or the way he talked, or his show.
Well, I first saw him when I was in 1973, but then because I visit live to the studio. But you got to remember, this was before everything was television. When I became a huge Imus fan, I wasn't caring what he looked like. I listened to him in the radio in the car, and I liked some of. I just liked the way he conducted himself on the radio. I thought it was good stuff. There was some humorous bits. He didn't write all the funny stuff. Charles McCord, Fat Al Rosenberg, and Rob Bartlett were the funny guys on the program. So his job was just to introduce the stuff.
I think I used to listen to. I know I used to listen to G. Gordon Liddy. But I had a company van, and at that time, the company, we only had AM radio in the vans. We didn't have FM. All the vans came equipped with AM only, and I hadn't gotten to the point where when I had my own portable radio that I would put in the van, and so only one station in the area that was in the territory, only one station covered the whole territory where I worked. And I didn't want to keep looking for stations. So I found one station that stayed in, and I just left it on there. So it was like I had like G. Gordon Liddy, and then he would be followed by Joe Madison. That's the kind of station it was. You had like this ultra conservative guy followed by a progressive black program.
All right, but I'm wrong about when I just said Imus. What he did, Reverend Billy Saul Hargis. He did the voices for that. Very good stuff. If you ever get a chance, Mike Breen was really funny on that program too. But he did Geraldo Santana Banana was Imus's, and he read the stuff pretty funny. It was good stuff. You know what? That was the first program where I heard people break the fourth wall on radio and just like laughing at the bits in the middle of the bits and stuff like that. It was almost in keeping with like the Monty Python and I can't even think of Second City and those people, the National Lampooning type of anti-establishment comedy. That's what resonated with me. Obviously, there were people who didn't like Imus and still think he was just a rotten person. Whatever. I was a fan. Anyway, we're wrapping shit up. Anything else you want to say about Don Imus or me or anybody else or Cambodia or Thailand or anything?
On the 13th, I'll be in the Worcester that Americans can't say, Worcestershire sauce on the Arch Rivals comedy, and I'll be all over Manchester every other night for fucking ages.
If you're 13th, is that August or September?
August. It's only 2 weeks.
If you're in Massachusetts, you know how to say Worcester.
Worcester. No, that was not a Boston accent. I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
Actually, I had a friend who was born there. I had a friend who was born there, and so I would say it like she would say it. And then after she died, I didn't have a reason to say it.
That was a terrible lie.
What's the terrible lie?
You said you have a friend.
I said I had a friend. She's dead.
Yeah,
she's dead.
That happens to everybody who calls themselves your friend. Coincidence? I think not.
Yeah, I think all my friends die. Yeah. I don't think it's a coincidence.
You don't even look like Jim Carroll, but all right, fine. All right, let's get out of here. Tell everybody, don't forget to turn on your radio. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
High right now.
Turn on the radio. All around the world. Turn on the radio. All around the world. Wanna see, baby. listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me now. Listen to me.